Yo, what up, chat? What up, what up? How's it going, chat? How's it going? Chat, how's the weekend? How's the weekend treating you? I'm half awake. My brain is slowly processing and waking up right now. Good morning, good morning. I hope life's treating you well. Sounds like you already need to double fist some nuts. I'm running low. Look at this. This is almost out. My dark chocolate cashews. They're almost gone. All right, let's talk Noita. Can you do random start? For the run today, how about doing something bigger with a no-hit run than just getting a win? Like an all boss or an 11 orb? An all boss no-hit run in one stream? What are you like? You want like a 30-hour stream? LST could do it. He could do it, but it would be broken into multiple streams. I think his like no-hit like all boss 33 orb run or something like that was like a 50-hour long run. I think a no-hit nightmare run attempt would be cool. Yo. No, the next event run is not decided. Nightmare streaks. I'm down for doing a nightmare run today. Some people are just jumping all over because Chappie was wanting to see a no-hit run is why the topic got brought up. What about a nightmare base wand run? Nightmare base wand run? Starter wands through all of nightmare? Now that sounds a little bit too crazy. Hypnotremia.
It's Sunday. We can do a Noita together for old time's sakes.
No Noita together. I mean, the reason we stopped playing Noita together was not. I feel like you're missing the point. It's not that we don't want to. It's that we literally are like, all right, let's do it. We load it up and then it crashes immediately. And we're like, well, oh yeah, this is why we stopped playing it in the first place. I see Sayagami play Noita together a lot though. So you can play Noita together. You can play Noita together with, 2, 3, 5, 10, 20, 50. But when you start to push it to the max, to 120, something is happening, and we don't have any tools in place to troubleshoot it. And we're not talking like it happened one time, and then we said, oh, it's bugged, and we're out. We're not talking it happened 2 times, 3 times, 4 times. We're talking it happened about 30 times. And I thought, you know what? We got to draw the line somewhere. Pretty much Noita together days were just becoming stare at the screen and watch it bug out repeatedly days. So then Noita together had to go on the back burner. No, it was many times. It was not 5 to 6 times for 2 weeks. It was that it was happening even before. So the problem was happening a lot, but the thing was our amount of people playing Noita together fluctuated. So we didn't always have 120 players. It was rare that we were hitting the maximum amount of players on. But as the community grew, the instability in Noita together also grew to the point that eventually it was just so unstable, it was just not worth the trouble. Number of players isn't likely to be related to the kind of problem that happened. Yeah, it could have been anything. It could have been a person doing some shit that they could have been intentionally memeing it up. And it just, the more people you have in the community, the more likely you are to come across a person that may be doing it intentionally. Could have been completely unintentional. Could have been the server shitting itself. We don't know. We didn't have any tools in place to tell what the shit was going on. And it just became easier to say, you know what? We'll deal with it later. It was either somebody trolling or a bug or Cloudflare. The biggest problem with Noita Together was your inability to lock lobbies. You guys are listen, Noita Together lobbies has the same problem as the bets. The difference being with the bet, you guys just have to type !yes or !no.
Then host a Archipelago sync lobby. It will not crash.
!yes or !no. Sometimes you guys will be here for like 10 minutes and still not even place your bet. Noita Together requires you guys to open a client, open Noita, get it synchronized. So yeah, it was next level like stalling. It hasn't been actively developed for a long time. You're talking about, the Noita Together. Yeah, in case you're curious, Noita Together's code is public. Sky was the one that kind of resurrected it. And then we had people like Cabby and Mind's Eye and I think Lowly Stowed also, and Shortman. There, all these many community members contributed some code to whether it was fixing stuff or also adding new features. There's all kinds of contributions. Test 60 may have thrown in some code there. There were a lot of people in the community contributed stuff. But Sky eventually, and just like Solar, he's the one that originally made Noita Together. They didn't want to upkeep the thing 24/7. It's like a full-time job. They're not looking to like, you know, do it for the rest of their life. So then, you know, Sky stepped back and said, all right, well, if anybody else wants to take over, you know, go for it. We just haven't had anybody uptake the coding stuff. With that in mind, if anybody did say, hey, I'm gonna take up the upkeep for Noita Together, the code is out there. You're more than welcome to try to troubleshoot it yourself. I'm not even turning the audio on. I don't want to die of cringe listening to Dunk right now. What's Woad on about? No, no more community days, no Noita Together, no multiplayer Factorio. We will still have more community days. Just focus on other stuff right now. Come on, you guys, come on. I think people are long-term frustrated with Twitch integration, and many people don't like power words. All right, Tito's trolling. Tito's trolling. I know power words is one of those things that is popular in the channel, like pretty damn popular. The only reason I don't do power words more often is because it is literally mentally draining. Like I feel fatigued during it. It actually hurts my brain. She is not trolling. TI has had serious balance problems forever, and we never have an honest discussion on how to fix it. We just shout at each other when one party gets lucky and wins. Are you guys honestly pretending like the balance is even remotely in my favor? Is that what's happening right now? Honest fix would be Dunk banning Telly and Ambrosia. See, this is like, what? Imagine you have like a 3% win rate on something. Something that in a balanced world is like should be like 50%, right? But you have a 3% on one side, a 97% on one side, and you're like, how do we make this 97% higher? What? That 3% is too high. The problem with Telly is that you can't pick a range that works with and without Telly. So by getting rid of it, you can pick a range that's reasonable and it works more generally. Yeah, but like, I would agree with that.
Dunk IDK, why you don't get it? It isn't about balance. It's just not fun when you TP through everything. Do a poll to see how many people would want to see TP plus Ambro plus BH removed and have the votes be nerfed. The TI runs should be long and crazy.
The TI runs... The point is the features that were added, right? I have to work around the features that were implemented in TI. So if somebody makes a feature in TI that says player dies, you vote it and the player dies. That's just it. That's just all it is, right? Let's pretend that somebody did that. Well, then the run to me becomes a game of stats, where it's like if that pops up, the run is over. So I have to end the run before that comes up. There's too many TI things that are on that level that chat will refuse to let go of. So at the end of the day, something like Telly giving me like a 3% win rate is the only tool I have. Your guys' argument is to take that 3%, take it down to 0, and then you'll start to compromise. But that's not how you guys work. You just don't work that way. It's not reality. You're not like, if that 3% was 0%, then we can talk. But until that 3% goes to 0%, no. It's like, that's not how game balance works. You don't just shit on one side entirely and then slowly bring it back. It's like, what? You can just turn off the insta-death ones? I try to, and then the chat just complains the whole time. What are we talking about? It's like are you not paying attention to chat?
No, that is not the argument.
That is the argument.
The argument is nerf all the votes and at the same time remove TP.
Yes. I mean, again though.
Want everything to be nerfed, so it is an adventure.
Okay. Here's what happened. Let me go. It's like, I feel like sometimes you guys just make up your own version of like reality. Here is what actually happened.
Sounds like American politics.
Yeah, for real. It's like, I will give in once you completely concede. It's like, but if once I concede, you will have everything. That's when I'll give in. But I will have already gave up. It'll already be done. It's already over. That's when I will give in. Once you are done.
Maybe it's better try TI in a way you get teleport at the start every time.
There was a once upon a time.
Features to that.
There was a once upon a time that that this was attempted. It was called Twitch Integration Rebalanced, made by a community member that we don't need to name. What did he do? He made it so that teleport bolts have limited charges. Oh, okay, that's a nice feature. He made it so that the tele liquids work very slowly. So realistically, you can only use it like every once in a while. Okay, that's a pretty big nerf to it. All right, what did we do to the things that are happening to the player though? Because it's part of the rebalance, right? So what happens? How are those less deadly? Oh no, they're all exactly the same. So it's like rebalanced was literally just shitting on the player more. It was more imbalanced than ever. It made no sense. You have to balance both sides.
Again.
Solar says, morning, fun fact, initially TI started not being very deadly / fast paced. I actually intended it to be like 1 vote every minute or so with beneficial stuff included. That wasn't overly OP, but both Chase and chat kept pushing for faster paced stuff and more hardcore votes, and Chase straight up removed the good things. So I never bothered trying to come up with mid stuff. I mean, hold up now. I did remove the good things, but that was just because chat was saying, why are there even good things here? No one's going to vote for them. And so I was like, well, I mean, it was at the request of chat. Yes, there were good things. By the way, nobody's blaming Solar for imbalance. Whatever is in TI currently is like, you know, Solar created the system. The system has just gotten crazy. If you take the time to set up the TI parameters and the options, this wouldn't be an issue. You are the reason TI is the way it is. Quit blaming TI and chat. You're just being lazy. It's not true. You guys, it's just nonsense. You're just making shit up. I'll be like, oh, let me tweak this. Oh, what the fuck? Let me tweak this. Oh, what the fuck? And then you just complain the whole time. That's all you do. You just complain. You can't complain. And then whenever I say, okay, well, fine, I'll leave these things in, but I need teleport to have a chance of winning. What the hell? You gotta have teleport? It's your fault that these things are here. It's like, these are the things you complained about. It's like this is the reason that game devs get upset listening to the communities. They're like, you don't know shit, because you actually don't know shit. You guys will say you want to keep this thing, and then when I say, well, I need this thing to counter that thing, then you complain. I have tried many times to balance. You know, one time I tweak like the most minor values, and for the entirety of chat, they just hyper focused on that one value being changed. It was like, yeah, that one value's changed. I was still at like a 5% win rate, and it was like I almost balanced things slightly, and they got very upset. So it's like, oh, change it back. And you know, the point is, you guys can't just rewrite history. You can't just come to the channel and be like, my first day here, I'm gonna make up how things have went. You threw all these features in, and it's because of you it's unbalanced. It's like, just not true. You know why? Because I've been here every day. It may come as a surprise to you. I've been here every stream ever. You know why that is? Because I'm the fucking streamer. So apparently I'm the only one that actually knows the history that happened. And the history that happened is you guys simply rage when I try to balance it. You guys are raging at the imbalance now at me, all because I have like a 3% win rate. What the hell? True, I've been new chatter and been here before. Okay, but you're blaming issues that don't make any sense. You're saying, well, it's because of you, it's the imbalance. Like, but this is simply not true. Like, it's just a lie. It's just not true. If somebody patches in a feature and then that thing is imbalanced, you know, like, that's your fault. Like, I didn't code it. How can a feature be added that I then get shit on? And you're like, look what you did. That's not how it works. You don't say, well, you're the one who turned on that computer. Like, no, it's not how that works at all. That's your fault. Imagine, whenever you die in a game, right? An MMO, and you're like, hey, this game is imbalanced, blah, blah, blah. And the dev messages back, skill issue. You guys are gamers, and you know you would baby rage so hard. In fact, like, the fucking tilt would be real. That is what's happening right now. I got shit added into my world, and then whenever I'm like, you know, this is bullshit, you're like, that's your fault. Skill issue. What? I'd laugh. No, you would not. Because if you go out of your way to complain to a dev, you're not the same kind of person that would find that humorous. The kind of person that would laugh at that would not be the same person that's like, I found out the dev's email. I wrote him a strongly worded email. It's about 10 pages long explaining how the game is imbalanced. And it's because of that it led to my death. And they messaged me back, get good. No, you would baby rage super hard. Straw man to death, I'm dead, chat? No! You are making stuff up! I'm saying you have the power to choose the balance, and you're refusing to use it. Okay. Okay, I understand what you're saying. You're saying, oh, but if you give the ability in Twitch integration for a streamer to turn on and off events, then I can patch in whatever. And anything that is imbalanced is the streamer's fault. That is essentially what you're saying. But you're not living in reality. The reality is, if a feature is added and it's imbalanced, and I turn it off because I'm like, it's not balanced, turn it off, and the chat complains the whole time, it just derails everything. So it's like, yes, I have the ability to remove features that were added that are imbalanced, but it's like I'm held hostage by that very feature. If you add something that kills me and is no skill and the chat loves it, I am now held hostage by that feature. I'm at the mercy of it. Because if I take it away, yeah, I had the feature to take it. I had the ability to take it away. If I wanted to have the shit stream for the entirety of stream, I am held hostage by imbalance. Just because I am given the ability to remove it doesn't mean I can truly remove it and still continue my stream as it is. Did I come in at a bad time? Chat is over here trying to make arguments about stuff that is simply not true. They're not living in reality. Give him his meds. No, they are fucking, chat is being a pain. You've just described the problem, yeah? The problem is that you give chat too much control over your life rather than tell them how it is. I am literally telling you how it is right now, and you're arguing back. Right now, this is happening in this moment. I am telling you, and you are fucking resisting. Do you not see the irony in what you just fucking said? If you told us, then we would listen, as you are not listening to what I am saying. What the fuck is happening? Jesus Christ. What is going on? What? If you told us that's how it was, they would listen, as he is not listening. What the hell? I am losing my mind. I'm in tears. Oh God, I gotta get some water. No, it is fine. It is fine. That's a little exaggerated, Solar. What do you say? That's what you get for cultivating a toxic relationship. Listen, this is how, if you're getting worked up, I am yelling, whatever. At the end of the day, we're having fun. I mean, yes, I love to scream at chat. Chat screams back. It's how it goes. I don't know. Maybe you view this as a toxic relationship, but don't worry. Life will go on. We're having fun with it. I think saying cultivating a toxic relationship is a little bit. That's just not how that works. I will yell at chat. Chat's gonna yell at me. But the difference is going to be that we're still gonna play some Noita. We're still gonna have some fun. It's okay. We expect an apology before starting. From you, Zinners! I want your apology, right? Handwritten, by the way. Hand fucking written. I expect your apology in cursive. What? You're apologizing to me. You got it backwards. Not me to you. I'm the victim. Unmute us? Huh? Oh, my bad, Aqua. Uh-oh. We're gonna let it roll for a moment.
I always said that positive votes will lead to more believers, which would increase your win rate.
The problem with the positive votes, though, there is like a levels to that shit where if the chat as a whole, let's pretend that in like a magical world, they said they all want to vote positive, then I would just win the run guaranteed. So it's like you don't want to have a guaranteed win or a guaranteed loss scenario, but the positive votes kind of throw off that thing. If at some point the chat is like all voting positive, it's like 100% win, right? So that's why the positive has to go. While the negative votes isn't a guaranteed 100% loss, it is very strongly. It wasn't that bad. It's just over time it's gotten worse and worse. There's been like a creep to the deadliness factor in TI. So that's where things get hard to because it does sound silly when you're like only negative votes, but not too negative. You're like, then why not positive? It's like it just doesn't work in like the balance of things, the struggle. Whew, all right. Is there anything else I can yell at chat about? My energy's low from all the screaming. feel like I just worked out. Chat, what have you guys been pieces of shit about recently that need to be yelled at? You were wrong about pretty much everything. Juan, you piece of shit. Don't get me started. We'll go back to screaming. We can't do random spawn and nightmare. That's too crazy. Chill daily, anyone? Here, let's do this. Let's do nightmare. Noita nightmare daily run. Not nightmare daily. What am I talking about? There is no daily nightmare. My bad. I'm so used to putting daily run on everything. Everything's a daily, not nightmare though. Noita nightmare run. Yeah, we're just gonna call it that. That's all it is. Noita nightmare run. If you're curious, over time, our goal has been to slowly increase our nightmare wins, so that they end up, hopefully over many months, the result will be that Nightmare we have a massive streak in Nightmare. But right now our streak is 1. We're looking to make it 2. Keep in mind that we are trying to stick to the So Nightmare streaking is popular within the Japanese Noita community, and they tend to most of them play by a general rule set of no using stuff on the surface. I mean, you still get the starting perks, but you can't go gather the orb and check the lake to see if there's a wand spawn. You can't do all of that stuff. So essentially, you start the run, you just head down into the cave area. You grab the starting perks, you grab the starting wands, and you begin your journey. There's no cheesing to the final boss. You can't just black hole your way around all the biomes. You go through the biomes. You are allowed a black hole, but not like around the whole thing. It's like general basic rules. I forget what they call the rule set, but it's just basically like, yeah, no skip, I think is what they call it. Yeah, no overworld, no skip is what Miser's saying they call it. What is this lake you speak of? This lake here, if you go into nightmare mode, this area actually can spawn random wands in the water and stuff. The reason that happens is because anywhere that there are creatures, like the fish, there's a chance that it will give them a wand. Fish can't hold wands, so then there's just wands chilling in the water. So the rule is basically you start here, you just instantly grab from here, and then you head down. You're literally not even allowed to grab the orb that spawns there in the rule set that they do. So we're gonna try to play by those rules. All right, where are we? Nightmare, let's go. Can I pet that dog? Can I pet that dog? There's no going back. No going back. Some of you guys are left in the cold. Honestly, we've been yapping for like 5 hours. We've done like, oh, okay, this is, Stop ignoring my messages, you bimbo. What are you doing in here nonstop? Unmute us. Oh, shit. My bad.
We're heading into hour 2 of the Yap. Will we get gameplay tonight? Will we see Dunk's wig come off? Stay tuned to find out.
Next time on Dragon Ball Z. I'm trying to decide on what the move is here, because Plague Rats does mess with our healing quite a bit. But also Plague Rats are nice to have. The newer you are, the more value you're going to see out of Plague Rats. Me, as an experienced God gamer, I think I gotta leave Plague Rats behind.
I think that's just what we call a skill issue.
Homing shot's kind of interesting. You know what? We're going homing shots. Then we don't even need this homing. I'm going homing shots. Let's see if I regret that. We'll see how this goes. I wonder if I should put 2 of them on there, because the homing seems kind of weak. Amazing wand build, thank you. It's an original. Holy shit, that guy had a wand. This is fantastic for us. This is really, really good. So what we can do... Actually... Oh, shit. What we can do is go with this. If we do a bubble, though, there's a chance it puts the bloodlust inside of it. So I guess we just chill. We wait to get a non-shuffle that's good. And we work with that. Dude, this guy is kind of tanky. Kind of a little tanky. So if you're curious as a new guy why a lot of people don't like the homing stuff, is because it can make some things a little funky. Like let's say you're using a teleport wand. You got to remember that your teleport shots will have homing on it. There are methods to get rid of the homing effect on specific wands, but it can be a little tricky, especially as a new guy to figure out. Hell, even I sometimes get confused on which things I'm going to get homing on. But just the general idea is everything gets homing whenever you have this. And there are benefits and there are negatives. And the most experienced players like to have as much control as possible. That's why they tend to stay away from it. But I also think homing is still got enough positives that in a situation like what we're in right now, Nightmare Mode, I think we'll see a lot of benefits out of it. Because you can see that we're kind of just shooting in the general direction of enemies and it's going pretty well. See, like, this is where it could be scary. Let's say I was to go to shoot these large firebolts, and there happened to be an enemy that walked up behind me as I fired it. There's a chance that the firebolt would start to fly out, and then would turn, and then fly back into my face, trying to, like, home onto the enemy. Chat, what the hell are you guys spamming in there? Chat, control yourselves. Please. If you get too annoying, I will actually have to start smacking some people around. I can't read chat if you guys are just spamming. Tito started it. How can Tito be so degenerate and wholesome at the same time?
My gooning. Goonable content is being created at a pace so far beyond my current rate of consumption. I'm losing ground and letting down myself, my family, my ancestors, and my heroes become goonables.
I just heard chainsaws the whole time. I'm assuming that you're gooning the chainsaws. That's what I learned. This one's actually pretty badass. Something that can be wrapped somehow. We shouldn't need to do any wrapping yet. We don't have like a monopole that's good enough to sustain the wrap or take advantage of it, I guess. If you're curious why I put the Bloodlust specifically on this payload group, it's because you got to remember that none of these projectiles that I have the Bloodlust attached to live long enough to hurt the player. So for a projectile to be able to hurt the player with the Bloodlust, it has to be alive for at least, I think it's like 4 frames, something around there. And if you do have it attached to a projectile with less than 4 frames, the result is that, yes, you can see it shoots off the group, but that group does not interact with the player. So like the Bloodlust is still attached, it just isn't allowed to harm the player. Oh my god. Well, this is where it becomes handy to have the homing, because I don't need to see to home the shots onto him. I'm legally blind. Mostly afraid of a telemage spawning in and telling me away somewhere. Don't mess with Nightmare Fungal. There could be something nice, you know? A little something for me. Could be some flavor down there. Ooh, that guy's holding the wand. He looks a little scary. Okay, what happens if I shoot this? Yeah, that's good. Not bad. Can this go between... Oh, shit! What the hell? I didn't think he could see me. I got lucky that it didn't just rip my face off. Oh my goodness. It's weird though. He's firing it in like such a weird way. It's because there's a tiny gap here. I think it's it makes him where he fires his wand because he can kind of see the player between the gap. What's going on in here? How's it going? Could be a heart right there. I don't think I saw one, but we'll still check. Looks like there is no hidden heart. Oh, he moved. He moved. What? Oh shit, he's still in there. Oh, we got him. I knew we could get him. You think it's an always cast? Let's see. Oh. Yep. Just like you thought. Actually, I wonder if I should grab the Projectile, there we go.
He just wanted to be left alone in his goon box. Keep aside.
Oh my god. That could have gone really badly. Luckily the wand wasn't that deadly. You guys are right about the fungal area. It is pretty volatile, isn't it? Yeah, we've had like 3 moments already happen that were like, oh, we could have died. Hey, so Swapper, I shouldn't be able to harm myself, correct? Yeah, so... there is a dude down there that's making me nervous, though. Swapper, get over here. Are they fighting each other? Let them battle to the death. No, we're not doing any fungal shifts. Are you crazy? Have you lost your mind? I'll keep the freeze. Quad. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then on the outside with this triple, we have that there, so it should go pretty fast. Yep. Yep. Bubbles can be a bit bad in here since their swappers are a common spawn. So it could swap me deep into a zone that I'm not ready to be in. Ooh, that guy has Revenge Tentacle. See, homing is going nicely right now. Hopefully we're saying that also later, but it's carrying for the moment.
I really wish.
Eat grass. Is that code for eat ass? Because this isn't grass, this is fungus. Alright, and we are not eating fungus. It's nightmare mode. We could get really unlucky with that shift and then this run becomes so much harder. No, no consume. No consume. Do a poll? What do you mean do a poll? I mean, obviously, if there was a poll, you guys are gonna be like, oh, what should he do? Should he die or should he live? He's gonna die. My point is, we're trying to go for some nightmare streaks. And to pull that off, we cannot consume. We have to be responsible Noita players. Yolk would do that shift. He would never. Huh. A broken wand, which there's no anvil in nightmare mode. So that is useless. My current run, I managed to shift lava into molten gold and the poly group to snow. Ooh, nice. Through random shifts? I'm assuming, otherwise it wouldn't be that. You'd be just like, well, I mean, I looked them up. It'd be like, okay, well, that's something. Because as random shifts, that is pretty blessed. Yeah, random. That is pretty nice. RNGesus is on your side. For now. But it's like the classic thing whenever you fungal shift. People who fungal shift for the intention of helping their run be, you know, better. Yeah, they'll get a couple shifts that are good. But then they'll be like, well, if it's, you know, it's going this well, they'll do, this is going this well so far, like, let's do a couple more. And then it's just a matter of time till you get that one shift where it's like, okay, your run just went from being, like, easy to, like, you know, 5 times harder. I just shifted Diamond into Pheromone. Nice. Oh, shit. What the hell, man? He, like, in my eyes, it must be fucking too tired or some shit. I didn't see him at all. Oh. Well, I probably looked away at the moment he dropped down. That would explain it. Well, our health is too low to keep exploring, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and grab this chest, and then maybe we get moving on. Oh, wow, that was a teleportatium. I would have liked that, but, you know, should have been a bit more careful with opening the flask. Oh, well. Oh, well. If we're dying for some of that teleportatium, if, like, you were truly min-maxing and playing as efficient as possible, the Giga Chad move would probably be to grab, like, this chaotic polymorphine, and then you could dig below the teleportatium and scoop them up. You know what I mean? Like, grab a little telly here, grab a little telly there, and probably would put you into a decent place. I don't know if it's worth all that trouble, though. I'm just gonna grab a tiny bit. I don't know if I'm gonna go grab out every ounce. Woo! That was a close one. Got that way too close. Scooping it up through the ground. Please, no water. Water in my telly flask? How dare you? There we go. Alright, we're moving on to this area. More of this. Okay. Please check the heart spawn in the fungal caverns again. I think there was a heart. Wait, really? I can always go dig back up. It's not too big of a deal because we have a black hole. We could grab the crit plus for more damage. The enemy radar one is interesting. Because like Lasias pointed out, with homing, being able to see enemies through walls and stuff to know where the homing is going to go is pretty damn nice. I'm trying to decide, because enemy radar, normally I would say no. You know me, enemy radar, I'm not a big fan of it. But that's what makes Noita kind of cool. There are specific situations that can be like, okay, maybe a little something. Does wand radar work for when enemies are holding said wand? I'm pretty sure the radar still works, right? I mean, I grab it so rarely these days, I tend to forget those little details, but I'm pretty sure it still points to it, which can be interesting also in nightmare mode. Yes, okay. It can be interesting in nightmare mode because it does give you a heads up to like wands that are kind of moving around. Brother, that is not even a question. Enemy radar is the pick here. Imagine fucking contemplating that on extra life or something. I mean, if it's extra life, I'd grab it. I don't know what you mean. It's just, it's our first mountain, and your first mountain can set the tempo so much, and defense is huge, and enemy radar in this situation would qualify as defense, but I would really love some like explosion immunity or some kind of healing. Wands are better. You think? The wands I feel like is a little bit greedy. I mean, yeah, I can help defensively a little bit, but reroll that. This one's actually an interesting mountain. It's like just in that sweet spot where there's not an obvious grab, but there is stuff that could save the entire run, or I could play greedy and see if I can get something better. You know what? We don't give enemy radar enough love. We're gonna listen to the Lasiachis out there in the community. Let's grab enemy radar and see if it will save our ass, because it's got its moment. It shines. Then from here we do need to heal. I wonder if it's worth going back up, because somebody did claim that there's a chance they saw like a potential heart, but I'm trying to think of the formation they could have been referring to. So the mountain, it's okay to collapse it. We already have Tinker. The Lasiachis. This is where the statue can get a bit annoying. Statue, stop homing onto that damn statue. We don't need that. Get over there. They are one guying you. You think Doll also likes enemy radar? I mean, it makes sense. It's like, it's one of those things that in a mode like nightmare mode, its value does kind of change quite a bit in terms of how much you actually can rely on it. In regular mode, I feel like it's pretty damn wasteful. Nightmare mode, it's a different beast. Damn, these guys are tanky. What is happening here? I really need to move this thing. Get out of the way. Oops, I got myself stuck. You have to approach this so slow. I know it's frustrating, but nightmare mode is kind of that way, where you can just leap in there and you probably would be fine. You would get the kill, but there's a chance that he would throw a nearby enemy. The nearby enemy could have glass cannon, and he just literally won't even get a moment to react. You would just insta. You'd be like, "Oh, sweet, that was awesome." Oh, I thought that was a propane tank for a second. I was like, holy shit. Oh, buddy.
Just want a little propane.
Propane. I love hiisi base second. Yeah, we are getting the world gen where it's an instant early hiisi base. Yeah, we probably should be collecting that blood, shouldn't we? It's fine, we'll get some in a moment. Need that blood. Let me slurp up that blood. Actually, in fact, I think we have enough blood that we could literally go pure blood flask. If you have homing, get the rock. Was there a rock in the mountain? The first mountain? I didn't even think about it. Because then if we get a way to do infinite, it could be pretty nice. Yes, there was. Oh. We may have to bust out the damn homing rock. Or I'm farming some blood real quick. Chainsaws on the corpses means lots of easy access blood. That is a damn tank right there. So anything super explosive, if we can, is a good idea so that we can not risk the propane tank flying back in our face. I'm kind of glancing around for a moment. We can go. We'll have time to get the rock. Don't worry. We'll have a moment, I'm sure, that we will snag it up. All right. So this is kind of an interesting one because this tank here, we could use it with a healer for heals. We just have to keep in mind that it's there. Don't want to accidentally forget about it and get shot. What you do is grind up the fish in the Holy Mountain. That's true. That is the grinded up fish. That's guaranteed blood access, right? Go up here. Grind some fish. Yeah, so Latali's saying the blood, you know, part of the reason you'd want the blood is when you put this blood stain on you, the moment you see this blood stain, you get 5% crit, plus 5% crit per spell in the cast. So this gives me 5% more. This gives me 5% more. This 5. So this is as separate from the group. So this one and this one are separate. So this grouping right here would each one individually would have a 20% chance to crit. And when it does crit, it does 5 times damage, which would be means that this bloodlust is 5 times as powerful whenever the crits actually happen. So you can get huge value out of it if you really want to min-max it up. Oh, there's the snowy depths. It looks like right there on the edge. Oh, a healer! Right away. So this is going to be tricky. I'll probably accidentally end up killing this guy at some point because when you have homing, that is one of the things that you give up. You give up. Sorry, my voice is slipping away. You give up the ability to have complete control of your projectiles at times. You feel like it sometimes just kind of gets away from you. And if that healer happens to be nearby, yeah, we're going to end up accidentally killing him for sure. Snowy, I think, always spawns the top right of hiisi. It's different from the snowy biome past the next mountain. Wait, is it always right? I think it is the top right, but I think it can be vary the distance because that looked like it was like right next to the entrance. I thought there was usually a bit more of a gap. But I don't know. You know me, I don't really know the World Gen and Nightmare very well. Is it safer to travel through snowy or hiisi base? In Nightmare mode, it actually is kind of weird because in regular mode, obviously, you know, the hiisi base has all these explosives. It's pretty spicy. Snowy depths, yes, there are the ranged enemies and there are the ukos, which are pretty crazy. But for the most part, I feel like it's a lot more calm and I don't know, you just don't, I feel like you don't feel the insta as often. But in Nightmare mode, because everything is, like there's a chance there's an enemy could spawn with glass cannon. And when that happens, you just get insta if they were to shoot you. So the ability to hide around all these walls actually gives you such a huge advantage over the off-screen glass cannon enemies that I think you could argue that hiisi base in Nightmare mode is actually safer in a lot of ways than Snowy Depths. I had a glass cannon enemy pick up a giant firebolt. Oh, he almost got me there. Pick up a giant firebolt wand and wait, what? A steel wall? Oh, a steel wall saved you. I thought you picked up a steel wall. I was like, huh? Yeah. These can absorb some crazy explosions and save your ass. That's why having these nice little zones like that you can kind of hide in is pretty cool. Snowy Depths, you don't have that as much. You're kind of out in the open and vulnerable. That's why if you watch some of the Nightmare streakers, a lot of like the Japanese Noita players, when they're in Snowy Depths, a lot of the time you'll notice that they do some like wall digging. And they like to, whenever they're kind of chilling around, they'll be in like spots like this while they're crafting, because you don't like the openness of the map. You don't want to get shot by like an off-screen enemy that just instas you or some crap. What do we have here? Do you feel that Noita for a new player sub 1,000 hours would be beneficial to play with edit wands always or not? Depends on the kind of player that you are, honestly, because the reality is the more wand crafting you can do, the more kind of experimental player that you are, yeah, you absorb knowledge quicker. Like if you're always one of these guys, it's like, what is this? How does this work with this? How does this work with this? If you like to do all that experimentation, then not having the ability to edit, just things become really time consuming. Because every time you see a spell that you're like, wait, how does that work? Or could this interact with this? You have to walk all the way back to a holy mountain. You have to walk, you know, it's all this idle time of just like wasted time. It's not very efficient. But the downfalls is, as a player that may be still trying to develop a style that allows you to consistently win, you won't learn the habits of like always making sure that you have a way out of the first mountain. If you do have to like piss off the gods early, how to always feel confident with your statue kicking. You know what I mean? So it depends on the kind of player you are. It's hard to give like one answer fits all kind of thing. But I definitely think there are a lot of people that could benefit from just giving themselves the Tinker with Wands Everywhere mod. And then once they feel like they've hit the knowledge threshold that they need, then turning it off so that they can make sure to keep their play. Oh shit. I just realized we have the eggs and everything too. Crazy. Yeah, it's about hitting a healthy balance, I guess, between the two things. But there's no denying that Tinker with Wands Everywhere is efficient, and whenever you're trying to learn as much as you can about a game, you'd want to learn in an efficient way. But as long as you're having fun, then fuck it, who cares, right? Fun is fun. We played Noita to have fun at the end of the day. Whatever gives you the most enjoyment, do that one. Eggs do get homing from eggs do get the homing from the homing shots. I wanted to make an explosive egg build. Let me test that out. I'm like, this doesn't seem right. All right, there's a healer. We throw egg. There's a statue also. Throw an egg. Oh wait, it does. Wow, good thing you said that. Actually saved me a lot of struggle there. Oh wait, that could have led to something bad. I did not remember that at all. It does definitely indeed home. Which is important that you said that because, like you said, the explosive projectile in there. In case you know, if we put explosive projectile, this is huge damage. But it is also dangerous to the player damage. So I don't want to accidentally get it to home and then blow myself up or some crap like that. So for the moment, we're going to hold on to it a little bit longer. So the healer, for some reason, has decided that he's really attached to me now. So what I think I'm going to do with that is I'm going to trap him somewhere. Because, you know, this is nightmare mode. You gotta be efficient. Alright. So what we're doing is we're trying to lure him in there. And then we're trying to seal up the gap. The issue is, though... There we go. The issue is, though, whenever... He tends to get himself like stuck, or like he'll once he realizes he can't make it out, sometimes he'll just run, find a puddle, and drown himself in it. He's like, no, I'm stuck. Where's the nearest puddle? Hopefully, I mean, if you were really smart about it, you would get rid of all the liquids in there, and you basically try to make it where he just has no option to hurt himself. And the reason we need that healer trap there is if we're really looking for all the resources so that we can get a win. Sometimes there's moments in this area where you get chipped away at damage, and I can just run back up there, use the healer, and restore the chip damage. I feel like being really smart about a Nightmare Streak run would think of how to move on instead of how to maximize exploration and backtrack into healers. Kind of, it depends. Depends on the area you're in. Like, if you're in the vault area and stuff like that, yeah, you just move on. Because time, you're just giving the game, the longer you hang around, you're giving the game the opportunity to kill you. But I'm trying to build up enough damage and, you know, I guess HP to make it so that if something does go wrong, I don't just get insted for those later zones. Ooh, that guy is... So this dude right here, this is where homing is bad. Because we have this enemy here, and so even though we see these enemies that clearly we want to kill, this enemy nearby is not allowing our homing shots to pull how we would like it to. So you have to get set up in such a way that you can kill this enemy, so that you can then access these other enemies. Guy, when he dies, it's usually a huge explosion, so we have to kind of Stand back. Oh, we got a first-time chatter? Let me thank you, Bayhu. Let me give me one moment. I'll just get rid of this bad dude. He was causing troubles for me. Alright, what's up, Nichan? I got my first win after 440 deaths because of your streams. Hell yeah, Nichan! Congratulations, man. Congrats. And on the weekend, some good old weekend victories. Hell yeah, man. Congratulations on your first of many Noita wins. He died 440 times because of you. There's blood on your hands. That's your fault. You should have won on the very first run. Oh, that's kind of scary. Could have been a glass cannon enemy, and he got a shot off in time. Ruh-roh. I was wanting to get a good look at these because there could be 2 healers in that group. I feel like that's a potential 2 healer group. Any healers? Ooh, that is scary. CEO means I just go blasting. Like, you know what? Get him out of here. Don't trust him. We have not found a single heart in this run, by the way. Nightmare I don't think should affect the heart spawns, but honestly, it really does, it really feels like it does sometimes. Yeah, I agree. I agree with that for sure. It feels like you're starved so often, but maybe it's because you become more hyper-focused on, like, your HP bar. You're just like, oh my god, like, I could, like, right now, everything pretty much one-shots me, you know? Propane tank, anything. Okay, so I don't like that guy. Because he can throw enemies at me, and if he throws an enemy at me that does good damage, I would be in trouble. That was way too close. That is also something scary. We have to kill that guy before he fires that wand. Oh, come on. Oh! Jesus! That was scary. He just all of a sudden leapt up there. That could have gone really badly. Add mana. There we go. Triple. Sure. It hasn't always cast horizontal, so it kind of makes it where we can't utilize it very much. But now we have infinite shots. Could be beneficial to actually take off the Bloodlust now, since our damage is in a pretty good place. Yeah, do that. Now we don't get the recoil. I may swap it back. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, longer time to kill does mean a vulnerability, but also the Bloodlust means I only shoot in small bursts, while the no recoil means I literally just peep a corner and I can just hold it down. I'd say by the jungle, if I haven't found more damage, you'll see me add it back, I think. Actually, deceleration shot on the payload should reduce recoil as well, which you passed up. Doubt it would cancel all of it, but worth using. That is actually kind of genius. Are you a wizard? Let's drop homing for a moment. Deceleration. So let's say that we did keep the Bloodlust on there. Whenever we shoot, there's a good amount of recoil. What happens if we had the deceleration on that? Ooh, never mind. Well, science not as genius as I thought, apparently. And the Bloodlust too strong. Too thick. Ooh, buddy. Anytime they're holding wands, I get a bit nervous. Oh, another healer. How do I set this up? Oh, no. Shh. That's where the homing gets you. My healer. Ooh, he just killed himself. Return. It's maybe one of our best bets. We're making a teleport wand later. Yeah, the orange wand is looking spicy. There's some danger. Ooh, this is our future. Just keep it simple. Put that there. Makes it easier to see. Good. I think at this point we can just throw that on there. It's no big deal. Wouldn't Spark Trigger be better without homing? Wouldn't Spark Trigger be better without homing? Like, using a Spark Trigger in general? Yeah, Spark Trigger, you like it when you don't have homing. Yeah, Spark Trigger is nice. But since I have homing, something that's really floaty, like bubbles, is pretty cool because it'll just get dragged towards enemies. The downfall being that it will get pulled towards healers whenever they're near it. I guess you could argue the Spark Trigger, even with the homing, you can use it to try to control it a bit more so that it's less likely to go into healers. Because there's minus the floatiness. But I can't, like, a Spark Trigger doesn't allow me to shoot around the corners like this, where I can kind of just, well, yeah. So yeah, you can kind of just safely shoot it without having to put yourself at risk. Surprised that guy's soaking that damage. Die, you toaster.
So how's your experience with enemy radar so far, Mr. Slam?
I'd say I'm happy with the grab. I'm happy with it. I feel like you have people, though, that will recommend it during, like, regular mode and stuff. You're like, I guess maybe there's moments, but in general, you just, you know, you should keep rolling because the value you'll get out of the other perks is going to be so much higher. The value isn't quite as crazy in Nightmare mode because a defensive perk, yes, is huge. But a defensive perk that sometimes nulls out something entirely. So, for example, this enemy radar lets you know there's an enemy here. So maybe the getting hit doesn't even occur at all, right? Like you avoid yourself taking damage. That's its advantage. There's no like surprise attack moment. But in the regular mode, you have to. The surprise attack moments aren't as punishing. It's not like, oh, there, like you surprise, you're insta dead. Mostly, there are a couple of those still even in regular mode, but in Nightmare, they're all over the place. I would prioritize in the regular mode having something like Wand Experimenter, because being able to just heal up, it means if you get surprised, usually enemies get a couple, you know, a little bit of chip damage on you. You just heal it back up, no big deal. But there may be no healing it back up in Nightmare. It's just like, oh, surprise, you're dead, no heal up, and, you know, new run. Most deaths are one shot anyways. In Nightmare mode, definitely true, yeah. In the other mode, not really, because in regular mode you're usually getting chipped away. I mean, there are insta-deaths because of Uko and stuff. There's a reason Uko's kind of infamous, because he is one of the few that does that. Like, gotcha.
Enemy radar is almost like all-seeing eye, except it works through blindness and across bigger area than your screen. It's quite good in regular mode. Sure, Wand Experimenter is better, but if other perks are shit, enemy radar is quite good. Stop the slander.
I'd say enemy radar, I would consider it in like the lower half of perks. Well, let me look at the perks for a second. Lower half, is that a too punishing? Yeah, maybe lower half is a little bit exaggerated. Maybe just somewhere right around that middle marker. Oh boy, I need to heal. There's another healer. I'm trying to keep his ass alive. Don't want to roast him. But now he sees fire. He's like, let me go towards that fire. Let me melt my face. No! I told you there was fire there. Stop playing with the fire. Didn't know it was possible to find normal tellies. I swear I've never seen one. Normal tellies in regular Noita are very rare. On a not, well, I don't know the exact odds, but it doesn't happen often that you find it in a on a regular pedestal. Usually you find unstable and then you stabilize it. Nightmare mode and regular mode used to have only teleportadium. Unstable telly was not added to the game yet, so you could find these regularly all the time. Then they patched in unstable telly into the game, and then all those flasks that before were regular telly now were unstable telly. And then regular Nightmare mode, it never changed. You still just see the regular telly potions. So it's kind of weird, right? It feels like Nightmare mode kind of works on the old style of how you used to see the regular telly flask, while regular Noita is like modernized and now you just see unstable flasks. Can you alchemist for Greek letter in Nightmare? There is no, the alchemist doesn't spawn, but you can get the Greek letters in, like, hell, I guess. You go to hell. You know what? Let's bring that healer all the way up there. Gonna be a bit of a journey, but I think we can do it. Okay. So there he is, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna shoot a black hole at him. He's going to look around for a bit. You die from one hit, isn't it most, for most things anyways, isn't it just better to move on? Could be right. It's one of those things that I wouldn't know till after I've already died, if it's like, oh, the heal was pointless, or if it's like, oh, I got chipped away by like several enemies, allowing me to get set up for like a killing blow from like a minor enemy. But I still have resources I want to get from this zone. So I'm hoping to heal up and then seek out those resources. Wait a second, what? You're not my healer from... Wait, did you find a way out? What the hell? He broke out! Who let him out? Get your ass back in there. Oh, where'd the other one go? Don't you dare. Don't you fucking dare. That has an always cast missile. I'm glad both of the healers are running to the always cast one. They could insta-kill me. Oh. Two healers just hanging out. Let's hope they keep each other entertained and don't follow me. Here's to hoping the new Steam machine ends up encouraging devs to do split-screen multiplayer again. That's the only thing I'm actually hoping for. I mean, the thing is, I definitely get the excitement when people hear like, oh, this game has built-in split-screen. But I think most of my excitement for it is probably off of nostalgia, because I'm gonna be real, I can't remember the last time I was gaming with somebody else in the same room. It's pretty rare for me. When I was a kid, I mean, I guess it's cool because you want the up-and-coming generations to be able to have that experience. Up-and-coming gamers. But yeah, for me personally, kind of alone in the darkness playing video games all the time. Back when Dunk had LAN parties with dinosaurs. Shut the hell up. Imagine co-op with Noita with friendly fire on. It actually is a mod that makes that applied mathematics. It's called Entangled Worlds. It's pretty much your as good of co-op as you can possibly get in Noita. Your experience can vary a little bit depending on the person you're playing with, like how their connection is to like to you. So for example, if you're playing with another person on the other side of the world, it may not be the most flawless thing ever, but if you have somebody else that's nearby, good connection, good strong connection, then you may feel kind of like that co-op couch experience, and you can turn friendly fire on. LAN will always be the best to play with a bunch of friends. That's true. That is true. Used to, though, it wasn't even close, right? Used to, like, the LAN experience was like a billion times better than online play, because online play was jank as hell, and most things you didn't really even have the opportunity to do online play, maybe because you didn't have internet, or the game didn't offer you know, over the internet kind of gameplay. It was maybe just couch co-op only. But these days, at least, like, you know, when you're playing, hanging out with your peeps on Discord, it's decent. It's decent. But I used to do Halo LANs way back in the day with Halo 2. And yeah, it was a pretty amazing experience. I wish a lot of you guys, if you've never experienced LAN stuff, I'm like, damn, I wish you could experience that, because the way I got to experience it was just pretty lucky. It had a friend in like high school and stuff that was like, his parents were like crazy wealthy, and so basically he was a rich kid, and his parents had built originally, they had this huge thing of land, and they turned it into like a kind of zoo kind of thing for like animals and shit. And it went bad because the neighbors, I guess, were pissed about this, them using it as like it wasn't a zoo, it was more of like a experience for little kids, almost like a petting zoo level thing, where they could learn about animals and stuff. They made it like an educational thing. It was a pretty cool thing. It was like for kids to learn. It was a cool thing. But anyways, their neighbor that was not even that close to him, it was a pretty good distance, didn't like it because whenever there was like school buses, because like literally schools would have field trips there, and you know, people doing like little events. It was literally charity events would happen there, and their neighbor was pissed about it, and they used the law to basically shut it down because legally you can't be like hosting this kind of things in like a residential area. So then when they had to close it down, they had these barns and stuff, and they couldn't have animals. So they took this, what was a massive barn, and they turned it into like a movie theater / just like hangout area. And it was fucking awesome. Like, you basically, in high school, they had this land, and because that building was separate, it was almost like it was just his parents. He just used that as like where he was, and so you could go over there at any time. It'd be like 2 or 3 a.m. and you had people just like showing up over there. We're like going to play some Halo 2 LAN. He had fucking TVs all over the place, and they were CRT because we didn't want those flat screens because the response time and stuff. We wanted the CRT TVs. Had all our Xboxes and shit. And then whenever you got bored from playing like that, because you were playing for like 7 hours, you had the movie theater in there, which was like a true like movie theater experience where you would hit a button on a wall and the fucking screen would come out of the wall. It was crazy. And they had this area that was like a kitchen, but it wasn't really a kitchen you would be making food. It was literally like a kitchen that had been converted into kind of like a candy store, where it was just walls of candy. And then there was like this fridge that was just, all it was sodas, like all these different sodas. And we would just hang out there like every weekend during high school. It was awesome. It was fucking awesome. Yeah, they were well off. They did lots of charity work and stuff too. They were good people. They were really cool. But yeah, they were always doing like they started their own charity, and they were always like, if you had any kind of charity work that you were like involved in, they would always try to, you know, like do things like get the city involved to help with like charity work and stuff. It was pretty cool. Are you making up stories again to impress your viewers? You would think so, but I have one person in the chat that can actually vouch for what I'm saying. He's in the chat right now, Delyflow. So what happened is, this actually a little bit ties together with Twitch and stuff. In the early days of Twitch, when Twitch is, you know, becoming a thing, the Speed Gamers was a charity gaming group that I was a part of, and still am. And they were growing and everything, and that family, you know, they heard about it, and they were like, hey, like, you can just do all your events here. Just host, like, you know, just tell the people to come to this place. And it was that gaming, the gaming barn. And Deli was one of the people that would watch the Speed Gamers. And Deli has attended some of the events in the past, and he has been there in the gaming barn. And yeah, he's experienced it. Those were fun to watch. Yep, see, Deli knows. That's old school Twitch. No, you don't. Wait, you never went to the barn? Wait, you watched it, but you never actually were there in person? You must have came to the later ones then. Well, I know Deli's been to them. I just didn't know if he'd been to those specifically. You never went to the gaming barn? Well, he's seen it, all right? He's seen it. He definitely watched. I know for sure he was in chat during those days, but I guess the ones he attended were the ones at the hotel. Oh, shit. He's been to the hotel events and to my brother's place. Apparently he missed out on the gaming barn. Little Sag. Stories crumbling apart. There's videos, damn it. There's videos. We have proof. Yeah, it was an island. It was a gamer island that we would fly people out to. I can't really talk about more details right now. There's currently some lawsuit issues going on. No, the joke. It was a joke. Grandpa, take your meds. No, it was awesome. It was awesome. I feel like that was like the peak way to experience landing, you know?
I'm not sure you want to have an island in the current political climate.
It was just a joke. It was just a prank. Oh my goodness. Did you see that one? Glass cannon sniper. Woo! We would have been insta-dead. Luckily, enemy radar, keeping us safe. We knew he was there. We didn't know it was a glass cannon, but we knew there was an enemy there. Insta-blasted him. Yeah, boy. We also had homing, though, so homing may have just killed him anyway. So, you know, maybe the shout-out should be to homing for helping us not have to aim. But yep, now I'm just reminiscing of the good old LAN days. I'm like, damn, those were good times. Playing some Halo, eating ridiculous amounts of candy, drinking ridiculous amounts of soda. Ah, the good old days. From what I see, Nightmare sure does require a very careful approach. Yeah, it's definitely one of those that you just move real slow, real calm, and you know, sometimes you'll start to move ahead a little quickly, and you're like, yeah, maybe I don't need to approach this slow. Maybe I can move faster, and that's whenever you get punished. The moment you start to feel a little cocky, Nightmare mode usually slaps you in the face. It says, stop that. I'm trying to keep myself from, because I've done it many times. I've gotten in that mindset where I was like, yeah, maybe I don't need to go so slow. I'm better than this. I can move quickly, and then every time it goes terribly. Okay, that's kind of annoying. I used up all my black holes being stupid.
See this guy right now. He is drenched in sweat.
Bing. Now our health bar is starting to go up a bit. Probably could use a heal. Little healerino. Oh, this is so frustrating. Oh my, did that guy just shoot his healer in the face? What a scumbag. God damn it. He had a gun to his head. The moment I looked at him, he was like, you see this healer? This is, you made me do this. Would he prefer he shot you in the face? He wasn't gonna hit me. That CEO wishes he could have hit me. He wishes he had the skills. Oh, okay. Whew. Got one, not the other. Oh! The old off-screen shot, eh? You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna be smart about this. Also, we have this now. That's kind of nice. And that, also kind of nice. Panic! I'm gonna go with the roll. Even though the levitation is nice, but we'll go with the roll. Ooh, an extra 110 HP. A little more juiciness, a little more girth. No, not the always cast. You crazy people. Let's collapse the mountain, because we have Tinker. Funnily enough, the all orbs, all bosses nightmare run you did a couple weeks back, you had homing bubble spark as your base damage wand as well. Oh yeah, like bubble trigger is one of those that I really don't like to use the regular mode too much. I like to use something like spark trigger. It you just, you know, blasting enemies, not giving a fuck. But usually when you have this mentality and you're shooting at enemies, they get a couple hits on you, and a little shot there, a little shot there, and you heal up later. It's not a big deal. But you gotta remember, in nightmare mode, just take sometimes one shot is all it needs. An enemy has glass cannon, boom, he hits you, you're dead. So bubbles allow you to kind of curve the bullets around corners and stuff, and it's a safer playstyle. If you watch some of the pro nightmare streakers like Daw, he loves the bubble trigger. He uses it a lot, way more than I do. He really loves it. Oh, come on. Alright, maybe that's kind of dangerous. So the reason we have to dig back up here like this is we need to make sure we have a healer station set up that if we need to fall back to, we will be able to. The pros have so many cool strats, like making ice walls and whatnot. Yeah, they'll do anything to give them a little bit of safety, because in Nightmare mode, that difference of like almost obsessive levels of detail for safety can be life and death in Nightmare a lot of the time. Daw literally did a freeze-filled perk plus sea of water on eggs to throw in emergencies. That one is pretty crazy. That's some crazy talk. Yep, alright, so we have our double healers still over here. So we just gotta remember that the healer station is fine. We have our pathway that we dug so that we can get back up here. We have a fallback. I haven't grabbed the perk yet because I was thinking maybe we greed for a little bit. See if we can find a heart or two in the next area. Maybe. Why are all the fish dead? Because when you collapse a mountain, they get murdered. It's their own fault. So now, after leaving the hiisi base, we are getting the Snowy Depths area. Remember, it's Nightmare mode, so the world gen can be random like that, where you actually get the hiisi base before you get to Snowy Depths, which in regular Noita, it's the opposite. Another ad mana. Just put it there, it's whatever. Nice. You have so many ad manas, I'm pretty sure you can 2-frame piercing bubble sparks. That's what I was thinking about too. It could be pretty nice, right? Let's see if we're happy with the result though. We're like, ooh, this is... In fact, I don't even think we would need to... put all 3 of them to 2-frame, but we will. Alright, so we're 2-framing this, meaning we have these 3 ad manas actually get cast twice. So we have the equivalent of 6 ad manas on this build, which is crazy talk. But we're doing it so that we can put the piercing on the bubble. And you may say, okay, piercing on the bubble seems kind of scary, which it is a little bit. But you got to remember that piercing removes all the damage that the bubble has. So the bubble, even though it is vulnerable to now hit the player, should have 0 damage. So we, yeah, so we can get hit by it, but we do nothing. If we were to put this freeze onto the bubble, now this could be a problem, because then this bubble, when it runs into us, would hit us with the freeze effect. So that's why it's crucial we put it in this payload, because this group doesn't have piercing, only the bubble does. And whenever we spam it at enemies, the bubble should fly into an enemy and then continually pierce them until they die. Since you're doing a homing bubble build, check out this clip. Ooh, what do we got here? So the idea is that, remember, in Nightmare mode, enemies can have perks. So Sayagami, who's the person that we're watching right here, is actually in 2nd place for the world record for Nightmare wins in a row, and had the world record for a while until it got taken by Suzume. But you can see the enemy has ended up getting a perk, and the perk that he was given is the Revenge Explosion. Means you hit the enemy and then boom, explosions happen. It's a perk that you can grab as the player as well. So the homing right here, and bubbles, same build that I'm running right now, actually backfired because they realized, oh crap, we can't hit this person because they'll blow up and it'll hurt us really badly. But the bubbles, since they kind of are slow and float around, they floated into the enemy on their own. Magikarp. If you look, this right here, actually, they were on an 8 Nightmare win streak, which is, you know, getting some momentum, right? 8, it's still early, but it's momentum. And yeah, it can happen. She said, fuck this shit. Magikarp. You know what we could do? We could put up 2 of these things. Go with a 6 cast. Move on this digging bolt. And this chainsaw. but we don't freeze anymore. We'll see. I'll try this for a bit. It's better on the machines. It's worse on the other enemies, though. Since Dunkbot 2.0 is coming out this year, should there be a punishment for if Dunk can't keep his word? We already talked about this. No maid outfits. The sound redeems will get turned on January 1st. If it does happen, it's not gonna. It's just, don't be ridiculous. Is that actually a hidden eye? It is. And I have teleportatium, but whenever you jump into it, it'll just teleport you to a random area with enemies, if I remember correctly, which is not what we want to risk in nightmare mode, because that could be death. Jump in it, pussy? Hell no. Hell no. Hold on, but what if in celebration of Dunkbot 2.0 we have sound redeems open? Well, the thing is, whenever Dunkbot 2.0 rolls along, eventually we do want it to be where the sound effects, we can just like they'll kind of be like an automated system in place rather than having to wait for these openings. But I'm not going to turn that on immediately because there's going to be a lot of stuff wrong with Dunkbot 2.0. That's just inevitable, right? I mean, being realistic, you know, we are not some kind of professional team kind of just throwing stuff together and hoping stuff works. So there'll be tons of bugs in the beginning. We try to keep as few systems on as possible when we first turn it on to see how it runs. This is easy mode. We're playing nightmare mode right now. Unless you consider nightmare mode easy mode, in which case then yes. If you don't know what nightmare mode is this mode right here. Once you get a single win in Noita, it unlocks and you can try it out. But my opinion, the regular mode is the more fun. That's the one I'm almost always playing regular mode. But from time to time, it's fun to kind of jump into nightmare mode. All the spells are the same. There's just a couple different, you know, deadlier additions to certain mechanics. So all the spells, like this whole list here, is the same. Perks are all the same. Enemies are the same. All that stuff remains the same. But just things hurt more. Like damage. Like explosion damage hurts more, it's amplified, and enemies attack faster. And well, actually, did they attack faster? They do more damage from their projectiles. I think the rate at which they attack is the same. Not New Game Plus is where they attack faster. I think I'm mixing up my New Game Plus and my Nightmare stuff. Oh, you're right. They're right. They are attacking faster, Doug, because the healers are like pumping as well. I can't remember if it's a flat though, where they all have the same increased attack multiplier, or if it varies. Because I don't know why I feel like some of them do attack a lot faster, while others are. Let me let this dude attack for a moment. Let's see what happens. I feel like he's not too crazy. I think it must.
See this guy right now. He is.
There are less holy mountains. That's a big detail. There are less holy mountains in this mode. You'll see that if I survive this run. You'll see some of them. Do you play Noita outside your stream time too? No, every run and every death I've ever done has pretty much my Noita life for the last 6 years has been on stream. I think Noita is a great game and I would play it off stream, but because I play it so much and I'm always playing it, I don't feel the need. In the early days, I used to crave some Noita even when I wasn't streaming, and all I would do is I would just go live so I could play some more, because I don't know, it just was kind of fun that chat didn't miss any of the Noita journey. So it just kind of stuck that way, where I felt like I didn't want them to miss out on any chapters of my Noita life. With that said though, Noita is my favorite single player game of all time. It's not even close. Yeah, Dota 2 is my main game that I play when I'm not streaming, because it is a game that I think that if I was to stream it would not be very enjoyable for you guys, because, well, first off, I'm not that great at Dota 2. And I don't know, I feel like there's a certain, you know, you have certain skill sets, certain games that you can make look enjoyable and stuff. I'm too much of a noob at Dota 2 to make it look like a fun time.
3 streams a week, 3 hours yapping, 4 hours Noita to 12 hours of Noita a week. I spend more time eating than you play Noita.
I fear the moist mom.
What? I have not played Elden Ring. I know, it's one of those games that I hear people talk about all the time. There's a ton of really popular games that I've never played before. And what I do is we do these variety game votes in the channel where people in the chat or the whole community gets to vote on what game I play next. Noita's still my main game, but like once a week we usually play a different game that's not Noita. Right now that game is Silk Song, because Hollow Knight Silk Song released recently, so we've been playing through that. And the last game though that chat voted in was actually Enter the Gungeon, which is another roguelike game that is pretty great. I'm having a good time with it. I'm enjoying it a lot. I mean, it's no Noita, it's not on that caliber, but it's definitely a game I would recommend checking out. It's been a good journey so far. That damn rat boss. I will beat that damn boss in Enter the Gungeon. I will. Is Dunk still playing the same run after 4 hours? We were chilling. Well, when I say chilling, I was explaining to chat their tiny brain ways. They were. I don't know why chat was in a complaining mood at the start of stream. We never get Noita together. We never get balanced TI. We never. And I was like, what, you motherfuckers? And after I stabbed a couple chatters, then we played Nightmare Mode. We were having a conversation and you crashed out. What? Oh yeah, you guys were having having a conversation. First off, chat, most of you guys are on an FBI watch list for the things you say in here. And then you'd be like, I was just having a conversation. They're like, please step over here. Please step over here. No, I was just having a conversation. Now, in the conversation when you said, I want you to touch my penis, what did you mean by that? I was just having a conversation. What the hell, man? That was just a conversation. Please come over here. It was a typo. It was my little brother. My little brother was on my account.
He is drenched in sweat.
I was just having a conversation. I wasn't actually gonna do anything. I was just, just having a conversation. Does projectile weakness affect healing bolt? No, but you can use projectile weakness and abuse it in such a way that you can make projectile damage actually heal the player. So that when an enemy shoots you, instead of taking minus 10 health, you could take plus 10 health. So, no, it does not normally affect heal bolt, but there are ways to make projectiles heal you. Oh, Kurgo says it does affect deadly heal. Wait, really? Oh, wait. Would it make it hurt more? I guess that makes sense. You could get yourself hurt more from the deadly heal. The initial damage, yeah, it hurts. It would hurt more, wouldn't it? If you get hit by a healing bolt with projectile weakening curse, wouldn't it pump more? Put this here for a second so I can just whoop. A little bit of flying. All right, we're gonna grab. Wait, did we already grabbed this heal? Yeah. Yep. Over here. Deadly heal is projectile damage. Healing bolt is just healing damage. Deadly heal has projectile damage. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Didn't the weakening curse just affect that projectile damage, making it hurt you more, not actually helping the heal? The initial damage of the deadly heal projectile is projectile damage.
Chase,
well, yeah.
Your ADHD is on display.
What?
Go check the pic and Chase check this.
Oh yeah, I'll go check. Yeah, but the way they said it, they acted like it made it heal more, which I'm like, wait, it makes it hurt more? That makes sense. But then they said, no, it doesn't make it hurt more. And I'm like, well, that doesn't make sense. What the hell is this? That looks like... It looks like the fucking California wildfires and shit. Those pictures that was like, was it been a couple years back now? When all that shit was going down and people were posting pictures? That's what it looks like. My wife is a manager at the Costco in Louisville. Next to the airport. This was a picture taken from the Chick-fil-A that shares a parking lot. My wife was working when the plane crashed. Oh, shit. That's what all that is. So that's all like the smoke and shit in the air from that cargo plane. That shit was crazy. The videos from that blew my mind. Or the video. The one that was like that one angle was nuts. Oh, of course I find it hard after I grab that perk. Oh well. Oh well. Freeze, get out of here. I don't want to be near the freaking Polly. Just want to make sure the wand with the projectile curse wasn't about to do me dirty as a healing wand. Again, deadly heal, you'll probably hurt yourself a bit more before the healing kicks in, but no, you should be good. Is New Game Plus in Nightmare mode any different to New Game Plus in normal mode? You still will have, the enemies will have perks over their heads. And the damage scaling, I think, will build off of Nightmare mode. But the World Gin, all that kind of stuff, it just looks like regular New Game Plus. And you still get all the orbs like regular, yeah. So for the most part, it just feels like, you know, you're playing regular Noita again, besides some of the little details. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and jump to the portal. What's the move on stream when you instantly fumble the daily? I came from YouTube where everything's good and nice, but you instantly fumble the daily. You looking at me? Me? Fumble? No. Alright, so we have a heal. That's huge, because we have piercing as well. Spitter bolt. Drop that. Grab this. Grab that. There's fire immunity here, which is pretty nice considering our health bar is starting to get a little beefy. So what we can do, the reason we're gonna leave that refresh for as long as we need to, is because we have heal bolt, which can heal us up a ton with piercing, and then that refresh can refresh the charges if we need to. Oil blood will give us fire immunity. We're in great shape now. Show them what happened yesterday. What do you mean what happened yesterday? I didn't instantly die on the daily. We won yesterday's daily. We pickled Kolmi. Did you forget making the brine? Giving, you know, Kolmi the gourd? Ow. You can trust me, read me. Oh yeah, definitely. You're all so trustworthy. Ow.
A little more than a month and it will be my birthday.
Oh hell no, I'm not clicking that. Link in a fucking tiny URL. The delusion. I got a nice link for you. I got a nice link for you too. These nuts. Got it. Boom roasted. Why are you so mean? This nuts is so 1800s. What? Solar, are you operating on flavor on that one? Is that what you're saying? This has got the taste of the 1800s. Yeah, we definitely don't need these anymore. Alright, if I go piercing heal, shoot it off the roof, catch it, insta full heal because I'm a god gamer, and then now we're back to action. I'm just looking for any kind of large non-shuffle wand that we can go off of. Oh, that's kind of dangerous. Damn it, I don't have the piercing effect on this thing. I'll change up my wand in just a moment. We gotta... I was hoping to get a non-shuffle. I don't know why we're not, gone badly. Okay, we're gonna take this out. We're gonna put the 6 cast in. Oh boy, oh boy. Oh, this is not good. We're going heavy. So now we have recoil to deal with. But it's a piercing heavy shot. It should be kind of nice. Oh yeah, it's shredding. Oh yeah. What's the best place to look for a heart mimic and Luki mimics? Already have parallel world travel wand. And Luki, oh, the chest, the chests that have legs. So the heart mimic, your best bet is the pacifist chest farming when you just are jumping from Holy Mountain to Holy Mountain. Speaking of which, there's those legs that you're looking for right there. It's funny. Yeah, so pacifist chests would probably be your best bet whenever you're looking to find your heart mimic. You're just trying to open as many chests as possible. You can do chest rain just because you get a small, you know, group of chests, which gets, you know, it's like a couple parallel worlds worth of chests. You never know. Could get lucky. And as for the leggy chest, your best bet is going to be the overgrown, because overgrown, a pacifist chest cannot be a leggy mimic chest. So now you have to look in areas that have, like, you're basically going through biomes and you want to do it efficiently. So you need to go to biomes that have as many potential chest spawns as possible. So the overgrown would be the optimal place for that. So my suggestion would actually be go to the overgrown first, like when you're jumping through the world. You could do both at the same time. You could just go through the main world, pacifist chest farming, then you go to the overgrown. But you could end up in a scenario where you're looking for the leggy chest and you actually find the heart mimic just by coincidence, because you're having to jump around looking for these chests and everything. But the reverse is not true. You can't be like going through pacifist chests and then all of a sudden you just get a leggy chest. That can't happen. That's why maybe if you're having to prioritize one first, you would prioritize the searching through overgrown. But you can just do both at the same time. It's your call. Can I get through this? Ugh, I can, but I don't want to deal with it. Definitely some pain in the ass enemies over here. Oh no, hold up. Hold up. Woo! That's the benefits of having strong recoil from the heavy shot, is I can kind of warp my way out of there even though I don't have a teleport bolt. And so real fast we want to... Damn it. Off the ceiling. There we go. Piercing goes here, and I guess we can bring the freezing out. Another piercing. I guess we could take that, and that way we can dual wield the piercing. What's up, Sanchez? Does Quantum Split make the spells count as separate spells that can take advantage of spells to power? Wait. Like, as in if you were to need to kill them off so that you can buff it? I think so, yeah. I think Quantum Split would allow it to multicast it so that you get more for your spells to power. I would assume, but I haven't used Quantum Split to buff spells to power before. But the logic is there. Seems logical. Oh my goodness. That guy just shot a wand that did not look friendly. Somebody else shot that exact same wand. They're just passing it to each other at this point. I don't need it. A little bit of spin. Oh, by the way, if you were paying attention, you should have noticed that we went from the jungle directly into the vault without a holy mountain in between them. That's one of the things that is different about... Oh, shit. Nightmare mode versus regular mode. They literally remove some of the holy mountains, and you just the two biomes are just combined. Oh no. Our health should be good enough. I think should be fine to go through the rest of the stuff. This is crazy. Go for the dragon kill, pussy. You gotta remember the dragon is not in his normal spot. He can spawn randomly. You don't know where he is in nightmare mode. There is no indicator either. It's just kind of like RNG. You know what? I may actually... kind of a weird choice, I know, but... Area teleport. Still no non-shuffle to improve upon my current setup. Extra life.
I do like that. I left the refresh in the previous mountain. We haven't even been using that many heals. I'll leave this one too, just in case. Hey, Dunk, got my first couple wins. Any tips for the bridge boss? There's all kinds of strategies. Oh, the bridge boss thing. Yeah, about the bridge boss help. Sorry, new guy. I didn't mean to, you know, I got distracted there for a moment. A little bit of yapping. But the cool thing about the bridge boss is there's some pretty wonky strategies out there. But if you do go looking around, you want to make sure it's not like a super old video, because they actually at one point even changed a little bit of how the bridge boss worked. They didn't give him new attacks or anything like that. They just made it where there was a really easy cheesing method where you could just kill the boss. And he would just you basically trick the boss to killing himself. So the bridge boss, he had this old way that he used to work where if you hid your character, so imagine a boss fight beginning, and then you just find a corner and you could like place a tablet in such a way that it blocks your character and you're kind of like hidden, and the boss would not be able to see where the player's at, and this led to the boss kind of just like being confused and slowly killing itself. And that method was really popular for like a year and a half or so, and then the devs returned and they put out an update that made it where that strategy changed. There still are ways to cheese them, but they're just a little bit different than they used to be. So depending on which video you're watching, you could be watching an outdated version. Does anybody have a link? Oh, you say, does this the one have the latest and greatest? What's this? Oh yeah, there's a yeah. Listen to Dochin. We sent videos on it. All right, apparently chat's already been linking stuff, so maybe you already have it. But yeah, just gotta make sure you're on the correct. Yeah, update area. This wiki is filled with really good stuff though. And that's what makes, if you're using a wiki for Noita, remember, always make sure it says wiki GG, not fandom. The reason I point that out is because fandom probably has a lot of the old information. It was last updated years ago. The wiki that the community's been using for several years is wiki GG, and those guys put a lot of time and effort into making sure that it's always filled with accurate and useful information. So this stuff is going to be very helpful. Yeah, like now these days you'll see stuff talking about Berserkium strats, plasma strats, all that. Those tend to be the modern methods. Is this going to be a god run? No, we're just in nightmare mode. Nightmare mode, we're just focused on getting a basic win because, you know, nightmare mode can be kind of insane. So our focus is just winning, not dying. That could be a good wand right there. Oh. Jesus, I got hit and then started to go south. Yes, this is the wand we've been looking for. That's what I'm talking about. First, we're going to say, ew. Get rid of that garbage. Then, going to swap over... Wait a second, do I hear something? I swear I could hear an enemy slowly approaching. Make this quad away, go with the 6 cast. Horizontal goes on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... 6. We can even throw on... We could throw on a lot of stuff. We could throw on a Bloodlust, but the recoil is going to be insane. Throw on the crit, I guess. Actually losing mana with that build. That's crazy. Yeah, we could one frame it. It's just we're doing piercing. Blow through that mana like crazy. Shoot that off. Oh, homing doing its thing. Oh, he had a wand. I hear that noise. I hear it. Phasing. I don't think we're doing any phasing stuff, though it would be potentially a fun build. As you can see, our damage build, even though we don't have like we don't have the best setup, but this piercing is making it such a big difference because let's say that we're shooting out, I don't know, 300 damage a shot. Math probably doesn't add up there, but let's just say it was 300. Well, whenever you have piercing on the thing that's carrying like 300 damage, normally it would hit an enemy and the projectile would die, and it would deliver 300 damage. But now with this attached to it, it hits the enemy, does 300 damage, and then sits on top of them doing 300 damage over and over and over. There is no reason for having a triple. The double's fine. Like this is also fine here. Oh! Alright, need a heal. There we go, now we're back to full health. Oh! This is where the enemy radar is really being useful. And yeah, in nightmare mode you can get this biome. It's pretty common that it's right here at the end when you're trying to get the win. It's like we are really close to the end though. We're right there. See? And there we go. We haven't grabbed any of the refreshes recently, so we've had so many full heals that we could have done. We could have healed ourselves like 30 times over by now. Why not put explosion on oil material? Because you got to remember that if you do that, this can do self damage. We do not have explosion immunity, so we could blow ourselves up pretty easily. Well. Where's the fun stuff? New wig, looking fresh. This is my hair attached to my head that I grew myself, not a wig. Alright, well, this is all pretty lame stuff. Whatever. Take the beam. You can handle the beam. Yeah, I was hoping to get like explosion immunity or something more fun, but whatever. Remember, we have no orbs right now, so this is pretty straightforward. It's just like, alright, we don't have to wait for the shield. We have the homing effect. Kolmi just immediately shatters into pieces. I like the way he dies right there. It looks cool. Just kind of vanishes. Oh, look at this. This would have been one of those seeds that if the devs, so whenever they made I think it was the last time they returned, I can't remember exactly when, but for the longest time, nightmare mode, sometimes the world gen would be set up in such a way that when you jumped into the final portal, it would not take you to the end. It took you to the coordinates where the ending should be, but the ending area, which is this zone right here, would have been overwritten by a biome that spawned on top of it. So then you would have to go all the way to the surface to get a win there instead. This is an important detail because technically you have not won the run until you go to a spot where it says press E to complete the work. And for people who are doing nightmare win streaks, they could lose like a 20 streak because of just being unlucky, and the game messed up the world gen and overrode it with a different biome here. So there were strategies where the guys that were really good, like Daw and stuff, they would carry music notes with them just in case there was a scenario where that this was here. They could then play the music notes and get a portal and just go to the surface. In fact, just to not risk anything going wrong, there's actually tons of clips of Daw never even fighting Kolmi. All he does is pick up the salt and would just jump into the portal. Because at that point, if you have the salt and you have a portal to the surface, you can just lock in the win there. So even though you know there's like a 99% chance you'll kill the boss in like 2 seconds, why even risk it if you know that you can just take the portal and get a win? The music notes were a pretty common way. If you watch much Nightmare wins, watch much Nightmare streaking, you'll have seen that many times. But in this case, the devs, eventually they came back and they made it where whenever the biomes are kind of like spawning in Nightmare mode, that this zone, this little ending zone, would always spawn in afterwards, meaning it would be the last thing to spawn in, and it would not, instead of getting overwritten, it would do the overriding of other biomes to make sure that it was correctly there. And that is why we're able to lock in the win right now in Nightmare mode. GG. There's a world that a chaotic polymage makes a telemage that comes into this room and beats her ass. Oh shit. That would be so awful. Fuck that. GG. Ugh. Latali, did they just copy your code? Oh, for the fix? They may have actually. I'd ask Latali how they went about fixing it. He probably would know. Color run? I mean, that one's got to be a longer run, right? Like all that, we'd have to do. I feel like there'd have to be some kind of board game set up for the colored spells and perks run or whatever. Like colors factor in run. Can you kill every boss in the game in a pacifist run? I don't think so. Depends, because when Kolmi dies, that kills your pacifist run normally. All right, now to start a new Noita run. What we're gonna do for the rest of the day? We got probably about 2 hours. Twitch integration. 2 hours of Twitch integration. Doesn't that sound a little insane? It seems a little insane. No fair mod. Hell no. Random start. Random start is kind of enticing. Color run, pick a color, any color. Yeah, but I feel like that for that run to be fun, it's gotta be like a longer run where you're doing like you're having to work around the like which color you're forced to work with. Short run, you're like, I got Spark Bolt. I run all the way to the end. Boom, I kill the boss. You are tied with my record. I see you, Latali. I'm seeing you. I'm gonna bury you with this nightmare streak I end up with. It's probably gonna take several weeks / months, but this streak will slowly build on it. And then next thing you know, Sayagami and Suzume and all those people that are hunting for that nightmare win streak, they'll be trying to hunt down my record. May take a little bit though. Just give me a little bit of time. We're getting there. Make a command for the nightmare record, maybe. Not yet. I feel like a command where you guys typing like ! nightmare record and it says 2 will probably be used for shit talk more than for like wholesome like, hey, what's the streak at? It's probably more like point and laugh. Let's check out the streaks that happened on the nightmare run today, by the way. Here are the people that bet on today's nightmare run and were victorious. Golden yes signs going out to Monabon. Congratulations, Monabon. And Space, even though Space was a hater yesterday, they're a believer today. In low cost, 3 people with the golden yes signs. 7 streaks going out to Noop, X-Murph, King of Squid, Dr. Duckling, Brosis, Monabon, Malamute, Frosty, Pixel Utep. Nailed it. Let's call him Pixel, all right. I'm sorry, Pixel. Forgive me. Pixie Loot P. No, not Pixslut. Okay, I was trying to say Pixeloot, and it came out Pixelut. Pixel, sorry. I don't know why I got so hyper-focused on the name. I'll stop butchering it. Cheap House, congratulations on the 7th streak. I got you. God of Rabbits, 7 streaking it up. Dawas, 6666. Space, Experimental Perception. I got the diamond scrapping. Okay. Mr. Spooner and Juan Steed. Was a healthy amount of 7 streaks in that group. Healthy amount. Back-to-back 7s going out to Thumbsy and Lord Huron. And then the 3 7s in a row going out to Genotype and Concatenation. Congratulations on being the Giga Chads of today with the 21 predictions in a row correct. That's good stuff. Big winners awaits. Wrong list. They lost. Miss Naninara and Light Knight are the 2 haters that thought I would lose today's nightmare run. I don't know. I guess they thought maybe I was going to get hacked or DDoSed or something. Because that's the only reasonable explanation for why they would bet against me. Whew. What else are we going to do here? Okay, we can jump into TI. We've been yapping it up for a bit. We can play a little bit of Twitch integration. That's how we end our week. Me farming some dubs on chat. I mean, chat started today feisty as hell. I had to yell at them. They're yelling at me. We're sweating all over the place. So what's that's a spicy start, right? We got to end on the same kind of energy. We got to bring the spice back today for the end of stream. This one will end with me, giving my victory speech while chat yells, but still, spiciness. Lots of spiciness.
I've
Alright, jump to
noticed
the
you
TI.
haven't been using the silence button lately. It doesn't work, does it?
In theory, it does. It's the wiring is all fucked up right now, so if I press that, there's maybe like a 50% chance I get shocked. So instead, I just been manually muting. But the reason I've been holding off on rewiring it is because DunkBot 2.0 is going to require me to rewire several things. So I figured, oh, whenever I do the wiring for DunkBot 2.0, I'll also rewire that one. Press it. No, I'm not getting shocked. All right, what range are we on right now? 13 to 37. Let me think. We're still on 13 to 37. I know that's what you guys wanted. I know it is. Will the button be fixed before DunkBot 2.0? I mean, yeah, it will be fixed before then. I mean, worst case, probably on the day of. Press it, make it a poll, let the fate decide your chat. If there's one thing I learned about Twitch chat is that if there was an opportunity to shock me, they would take it. And they would try to claim like the moral high ground in some way too, acting like it was something that they had to do. They'd be like, we were doing it for Kaya, alright, for revenge. When in reality they know that they are just evil. Pure evil. too far! All the Strawman viewers are excited about 13 to 37. Hooray. The Strawman viewers? What? Well then, win Shock Mod. The thing is, Zytio, another Noita streamer, he did, because I was like, wait, I've seen this before, and somebody said, yeah, Zytio made it on his stream for, I guess while he's playing Noita, and apparently he had to, I guess, remove it or turn it off because it has like a TOS, terms of service with Twitch violation. You potentially could get banned. Which makes sense. I mean, it's not really like, you know, there's some things that you're like, come on, Twitch, but that one makes sense because people would probably do some crazy shit. Don't want to risk people doing potential self-harm stuff. I get it. Yeah, exactly. There's a platform for that. It's called Kick. Aren't you in your corner? Hold on, where the hell? Hold up. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. Did I just immediately throw up all the mana? I think I did. We didn't really need it anyways. I was having to replace my flask. Ooh. Nice. Back to your hiding, Quasimodo. Hey, that's messed up, man. What the fuck? Boop, boop. They would probably need to rename Kick to Vic, like Michael. Oh shit. Kick for all your dogfighting needs. That's the kind of streaming platform people have been wanting. Oh no. Come on, I should have made a jump for it. I had my opportunity. Oh! Dude, give me a break. He immediately leapt up there. What was that shit? He immediately jumped up there. What do you mean not even you? Where do you think that wooden platform thing spawned from? Do you think they were naturally spawning? Are you such Noita noobs? You don't understand that you guys had just spawned that in? Chad, have we done shop 3 yet? Yeah, there's only one shop remaining and it's in about 55 minutes from right now. We'll be shopping it up. Till then, though, we'll be playing Twitch integration. So, Noita TI for a while, then we do a little shopping. That's the plan for the rest of the stream. Oop. If streaming for income ceases to exist, what job do you get, Dunk? I'm not sure exactly. I have a degree in economics, and I mean, the way I view it is like, you know, my streaming has kept me sustainable, but it's not like something that I'm like, oh baby, set for life. So I feel like it's inevitable, right? One day my luck will run out. One day I will have to stop being a man-child, and I have to return to the real world. And when that, oh my god, I almost got just bumped right into that crystal. And so I think it's inevitable. I'll probably just, you know, wherever I can apply with a fucking economics degree, I guess. The resume is going to be a little hard to explain, but yeah, no, worry about that when we get there. I don't want to go back to the librarian again, though. Not that it's kind of interesting world, but I was in it for almost a decade. I've been in that world. Wanted to change up. Not looking to return. Oh my gosh, come on now. Can you explain the 20-year gap on your resume? I wonder if just saying no works. Could you explain the 20-year gap? No. All right then. You know, we'll get back to you. We'll let you know. What salary range do you expect? I was thinking 13 to 37. Sounds solid.
Yeah. One day people will discover your island and you're cooked.
My island? There is no Dunkstain Island. There's only Dunkbot 2.0. That was a bad move by me, but it didn't get fucked up. I signed an NDA. I wonder if it's illegal to lie about signing an NDA. Like, trust me, I was a part of some big project. I signed an NDA, but if you knew about it, you would be impressed. If only I could tell you. If it helps, as an actual academic librarian and department head, I wouldn't hire you. What? First off, I've been in that world. Been there. I left that world by choice. I said, I'm out, bitches.
I have been working for a total of 11 years and have worked at 2 places between 3 jobs. And then I hear people do many jobs in the same time.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's funny because you'll hear those stats about how often people job hop and stuff. And
Dunk has already side job if he ends streaming. He'll sell NFTs.
And then I always feel the same way about, there's the damn immortal snail. I always feel the same way when it talks about people and how often they move. That's also another stat that always catches me by surprise, that I'm just like, wait, what? For Let me see what it says right now if I look it up real fast. Hold on. It says the average person moves about 11 times in a lifetime. 11? There's another one. Yeah. Oh, this one it says the correct is an average. It's around 11 years. Wait. This one says they move on an average of 11 years. Oh, I guess because they're averaging. No, that would be an old ass. I don't know how they get that 11 every 11 years. That's a random person though posting in like fucking that answers shit. So I don't know how accurate that one is. But yeah, I just remember reading that before or hearing that before. It said like the average person moved. I think it came down to like every. Oh crap. Like when you're an adult, I guess, is what it was considering. Like the average adult moved like every 4 years or some crap, and I was just like, what? Sounds crazy, but I guess it's because of the apartment life. Because it's probably pretty different if you were to drop it down to just homeowners, maybe, as opposed to just adults or whatever. Because adults means all the apartment people jumping around. What is happening? This guy is just immortal. He just doesn't die. Jesus, that was crazy. A little basic ass spark bolt. He was bathing in it. I think he was getting massaged. No one owns homes anymore. Homes are so 1950s. Now it's all about cardboard boxes. Here it's all about living in your van. That's the time we live in. Living in a van down by the river. This is cool. Cardboard boxes, those things are too expensive to have without a 25-year loan. Oh, I mean, of course, that's a given. I remember a lot of people like, you know, growing up, I always heard of like 30-year loans and stuff. But I think they, in the last like, I think it's been like 5 years or so, I think they started making it where you could get like 40-year loans. And I was like, yo, a 40-year loan? That's crazy. Oh, some of you guys in the chat may have one. I hope you were like maybe 20 whenever you got it, because otherwise if imagine you're like 30 or 40 getting a 40-year loan. I think some people would be getting the loan with the expectation that the loan, they're not gonna live the full duration of that loan. What? The snail can grab the hearts? Alright, hold up now. That is not balanced. Do we need to go back to the fucking replay at the beginning of the stream explaining how you guys add features that are super bullshit, and then afterwards I'm fucking hostage to it because you guys are like, don't remove that, you piece of shit, we like it. That is the problem. That's our snail. That is messed. Wait, what the hell? It's kind of frisky. Or move that snail? Agreed. Yeah, he truly is the Fairmont snail. Alright, we're alive. But yeah, I'd imagine that 40-year home loan mortgage shit is probably something that's exclusive to like the US. I'm sure the Europeans are probably like, what? Who the hell? Is the snail in vanilla? No. It comes from fair mod. It is, if you touch it, you just die. That's its whole purpose. You touch the snail, you're dead. Read me for info. Oh, is it in Europe? In Austria, we have generational loans for over... What? Wait. Generation loans for over 60 years? Like for home loans? Or are we just talking about like some other kind of loan? Because
for like a mortgage, that seems pretty fucked up, actually. It is for home loans? Holy crap, I had no idea. You know, because people always like, you know, joke about the US, how America, you know, is all about like debt and all that kind of crap. So I just, when I hear, you know, 40-year, they now allow a 40-year, you know, home mortgage stuff, I'm just like, or home loan, like that must be just something exclusive for us. I didn't think that we were getting outdebted. 60? You get born into debt. Congratulations, your parents sucked with finances. You are broke. Sorry, babe, I can't pay you a car because Grandpa took a loan in his 20s. Grandpa was bad at money. You're fucked. The money didn't work so well for him. Goofy ass wand that we're running right now, but oh well, we're alive. As long as we're alive, baby. With the general increase in life expectancy, banks can now offer you exclusive 80-year loans. What? What a deal! An 80-year loan? That shit would be crazy. You know what we can do? Grab Peace of the Gods, but then we don't let him go. We kill him for the lunch money.
To be fair, here is Paris housing is in crisis, and it costs up to $500,000 to have a 2-bedroom apartment.
I can't, I'm stuck. Did you say $500,000 for a 2-bedroom apartment? What? What currency are we talking about now? Is this a Monopoly money? Where was this at? In Paris, housing $500,000 for a 2-bedroom apartment. Is that actually true? That sounds like crazy talk. I mean, U.S. is, we've had it, you know, since ever since COVID happened, things got pretty wild. But not you know, $500,000 for an apartment wild, but still pretty wild. Then again, you said Paris, right? So I guess the only thing that could be anywhere that the market would be probably even remotely similar would be something like New York City or some shit, right? Which I have no idea what they're paying there. What? Those little bastards. When I dropped the bomb, I think the repulsion kind of threw it up in the air or some shit. I don't know what the hell. Damn it. Open bed. I will in a bit. I will. I'm trying to get warmed up. I'm trying to get a little toasty. COVID changed Walmart hours. Oh, dude, that kind of breaks my heart, which I know is a little fucked up because there's probably a lot of workers that really appreciate not having to do night shift and all that kind of crap. But I miss the, you know, McDonald's 24 hours and Walmart 24 hours, all that shit. It was nice. It was like the city was always ticking. Because I'm a degenerate gamer, as you guys know. So on some of my Dota nights, I may end my Dota session 2 a.m. and then I'm wanting to, you know, get some food. But everywhere's like closed and I'm like, oh, god damn it. iLab, what's up, iLab? Thanks for the 73-monther. Dude, there's an old school person right there. Fucking iLab. 73. Hell yeah, man. Thank you. Costco's hours are now permanently longer because of COVID. Costco is one of those businesses that, like, I hope it's still this way, but I know back in the day, it was like, they seemed like they did good PR, like they had a good PR team or some shit, but they always made it like their workers were like a high priority on being paid well and having good benefits and stuff. You were fondly remembering LAN parties earlier in stream, and you literally just described what your life is like now. True, true, fucking true. That's why I'm trying to force myself to stay in that world. Hell yeah. I don't want to leave. I had a run the other week where I had an always cast Giga Black Hole. Is there anything you can actually do with that except for throwing it to the enemies? Like something useful? Some people set up like one frame wands on that where it will like cast and then kill it off in the same frame. And they'll make it where can somebody link me a travel wand that has, I'm sure, where's Nutty at? He probably has one of them. Or Lasias, well, he'll have one. A fast travel wand that utilizes like it can be white hole too. Omega white hole, Omega black hole, one of those. Give it a moment. Somebody in the chat will probably have it. Yeah, Giga isn't as useful, but maybe there's like a Giga Omega, like you just can see. Oh crap, that wasn't levitation. I mean, that wasn't acceleration, that was levitation. No elp, make it yourself. Okay, what do you want me just to pull up Cheat GUI and drop the spells on there? It's not hard to do. Wow, how did you pull up Cheat GUI and drop on spells for free? You risk so much. That's crazy. GUI? You don't know about GUI? You don't know about GUI? You say GUI. Don't start with me. Don't start with me.
Are you trying to say cheat GUI?
It's GUI. It's GUI. Listen, that's how I learned. And I've watched many tutorial videos of stuff. Don't pull out your GUI. Hold up, I think we have a different understanding of what a GUI is. This is Omega White Hole, not Giga though. Okay, Omega, here we go. You can see an example. Yeah, there you go. You'll see people do crazy, goofy stuff like that. I'm not saying that your wand necessarily you would want to do that. And but there's always like ridiculous stuff if you're really wanting to goof around. How necessary they are, usually not the most necessary, but they can do some fun stuff. But yeah, like I said, this one was Omega White Hole on looks like some kind of one frame telly setup. Yeah, it is. That one had super fast digging. He was digging everywhere. I say the acronym that represents the words graphical user interface. How very neutral of you. Skill. All skill. Them traffics. Okay, I was doing good for a moment. I was cooking, and then I wasn't. You're such a gamer. Ah, thank you, Ash. All right. Let's...
Damn it. Do. We're there. We're there. The power of digging. Digging bolt. Random spawn win. I go through phases where we play random spawn quite often, and then other times it's like, yeah, I want the reduce recharge thing. Oh, come on, come on. Fuck! Wait, this actually works. No, wait, what? I thought it was invis. Wasn't I invis? Am I crazy?
Now come back when we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready? Ready!
Let's see
There's
how
a water
TTS
stain?
handles this. I say GIF, so I also say Jew. And no, I don't actually say either.
And unfortunately, it's no longer
What did I
legit.
just hear? You say Jewy? Wait, what? What? What did I just hear?
And for you, sir, your dicks.
What in fuck's name is that?
Your dinner, sir.
Jif. Jif and Jewy. Right. At some point, I'm not sure if we're talking about the same stuff anymore.
Male penis and testicles.
What is that? What's up, iLab? There you are. I hadn't heard that one in a while. Doink. Guess we're out of here. Do. Easy, oh. Oh! He can't hop around, he's the only perk left. Nice. Yes. Okay, I'll take it.
Dunk looks quite happy, sending in some NG plus damage options.
Fine. We're fine. New game plus, no problem. If that would have blown up right there, Aqua, I'd have been so pissed. Slurp. Ooh. No, I'm not grabbing glass cannon after all that. I will yoink this. Grab this, grab that. Oh boy, oh boy. Oh no. No, no, no. How's that even a fair Big Steve spawn? Did you see this? Look at this. Look at the spawn in. Look at this spawn in. What is that? What is that? That spawn in is crazy. That is actually bullshit. Yeah, I should have just black holed out. It was stupid of me. I was in panic mode. Because in my head, I was like, you know, I got telekinetic kick. I'll smack him. And everything was going bad. I should just not tried to have done any of the running. Right there, I should just black hold. I wasn't thinking. I was in full panic because I was like, what the fuck? It caught me off guard. I got thrown directly into fucking Big Steve's arms. Don't worry, Big Steve is from before I took over and made TI unbalanced. Misu, don't you dare. I still blame you, you piece of shit. You almost had 400 HP. I earned that HP using my hard work and Giga Brain moves. And then Big Steve kind of slurped it all away. Dunk, this is very relevant. I have a feeling it's... Dude, TNT, you guys have been on bad behavior today. Some of your worst linking today. Like, honestly, you know what? This is your one moment to maybe save the whole community from a no-link policy, maybe from this day forward. Let's see what we got. People who pronounce GIF as GIF being sent directly to hell after meeting God at the pearly gates and calling him John. Okay, that's actually pretty good. Oh, shit. Show the new chatter how to enable rewatch. Oh, I didn't see that. Who's that? Benedy, the replay. So all you gotta do, it's not a mod, it's nothing. Everybody's Noita has the ability to do replays. All you have to do is hit pause, go to options, and then what you're looking for is replay recorder. It's on the first page. You turn it on. It's off by default. And then the more replay budget you give to it, the longer the replay potentially could be. Then you hit, make sure after you change whatever settings, you hit apply. And then from there, whenever you're playing, the default hotkey should be F11. F11, what it'll do is it'll do a replay up to that moment where you currently are. And so you can just keep, anytime you see something crazy, oh shit, did that just happen? Let me see that again. Same goes for whenever you die. Whenever you die at the end, it will give you the opportunity to see your death replay if you have that enabled. What do you mean, who asked? We literally just said who asked. What? So yes, no mods or anything like that needed. Ow.
I had an insane kick trick shot, but didn't hit F11 fast enough to share it. Sag. Like I said, if you increase the replay budget right here, you should be able to have more time to react to choose whatever little section. So if it's like 5 seconds afterwards, if you have a small replay budget, that's already like just about to lose the replay. Meanwhile, if you have a huge replay budget, you can go back almost like 20 seconds or some shit. Maybe 20 seconds is exaggerated. 15 seconds. Hey, what's up, Derek? GIF with soft G has precedent. Giraffe, gerrymandering, Jeff. Wait, hold up. And for that, they say graphic is a hard G. Do you pronounce JPEG or... Wait, what would it be? JPEG? Or JPEG? Also, the creator of GIF used the soft G. Soft G. Okay, so Derek is trying to bait people. I see what's going on. So you say GIF.
You guys can see this guy right now. He is drenched in sweat.
This is bait. Okay, hold. We were distracted because what I had just heard from Derek was so upsetting that I did not want to live in that Noita world anymore. Seeing clearly with the 58 month there. Any Braintree enjoyers? Oh, you flexing right now, clearly? I see you. Thanks for the 58 months. Very distracted gaming. Yeah, I know, right? We're getting... I mean, it was... Who the hell is saying GIF? I feel like if you're saying GIF, you're doing it purely for the purpose of triggering people. Jarek was baiting you. Classic Jarek.
I really wish you guys could see this guy right now. He is drenched in sweat.
Okay, little problem, a little bit of acid, it's okay. Veldak gifted a sub out to hard G. Alright, I don't know where this is going, but I'm a little scared. You know what? Let's put that up. Okay, we'll do a Gamba right after this run right here. Focus up. I gotta get this my last practice round. Right here. Right now. Come on. Okay, this is the part where you die. Thank you. Hey. Give me the health. They're kind of you. He's still alive. What's up, Rosalina? Yo. Oh boy, you are really liking those right now, aren't you? Too bad I'm a Giga Brain. Out of there in 2 seconds. Easy. Just flexing. Wand Experimenter? That's kind of worth. God Gamer reads chat while doing TI. Oh, come on. Come on.
Listen, some of these words are starting to sound a little too crazy. I don't, I don't know. I don't know if I would repeat all these. Oh fuck! Oh fuck! No! Ooh, that's actually kind of nice. Okay, just can't fire wands right. Oh my goodness. I may have just made out with the propane tank.
Just
No,
want a little
Steve.
propane. Carries that caffeine.
I thought you might enjoy 7.5 gallons of...
Hit the propane tank! I can't shoot! The game is literally not giving me the ability to shoot right now.
I bet you he's gonna turn up dead soon.
Alright, now we're making moves. Okay, that is a problem. Upgrade enemies is bullshit. Upgrade enemies is bullshit. Okay, this is fucked. This is fucked. Use your freeze field. I couldn't fire my wand. The wand would not shoot. I think you're misunderstanding. Chad had voted like 7 hours ago that to do the Castellet thing where my wand can't fire. For some reason, there's a thing that you can vote that like just makes it where you just don't do anything for an hour. Reload the save. Now that would have been smart. Chad, he has yet to get a teleport. Just a warning before you bet. What? Warning?
Mad cuz bad, am I right, champ?
Alright, Tandag. Alright, you think so? You think so? About to open the bets right now. Noita, Solar, TI, 13 to 37. The elite range, because everybody says that is the true God Gamer range, 13 to 37. Get your predictions in. Exclamation mark, yes, if you think I'm going to win. Exclamation mark, no, if you think I'm going to lose.
Nope.
Predict away. I should see a lot of... Why am I seeing so many no predictions? I'm seeing a toxic glow to this crowd. There's a couple yes signs in there. I see there's a little believer right there. They're there, but there's just not as many of them as I would like to see. Patience, patience. Kenny, what's up, Kenny? Exclamation mark, yes. Team Dunk. It's banter. Win. This is my first vote. Yes. Kenny gets it. Kenny, first off, I'd like to congratulate you, not on being a believer, but on that massive gigabrain high IQ that you have there. Because there are a lot of people in this community that have tiny brains and just brain damage in general. So you're out here, you know, trying to bring the average IQ up. And I appreciate you, Kenny. Thank you. You're a valuable part of this community. And to the people saying paid chatter, don't listen to them in there. They're just haters. A new doubter is born today? No. Let me show you how it's done. I'm gonna need you to sit back. Make sure you have a pen and paper.
Bro's about to lose all faith.
No, Aqua, no. You'll see. But I would recommend getting a pen and paper out because you're gonna want to take notes. With what you're about to see right now, you're gonna want to write it down. Pull up the sleeves. And you know what? Bring out the hoodie. We're going hoodie on this one. All right, I'm going to need complete silence out of you guys because, you know, being an elite gamer, operating at like this high level of play, it takes focus, right? And so I don't want you guys hindering that in any way. No, shut your mouth. You shut your mouth, chat.
I really wish you guys could see this guy right now. He is drunk.
Veldak, I see you trying to support the game. We support the stream by shit talking. I see that shit, Veldak. Thank you for the gift of sub of King of Throwing. Joke's on you, Veldak. All that did is motivate me even more. I'm gonna win even harder now.
Let's go, my hero. PAID.
Yes, Hod he's still chilling with us. I see you, Hod. Victory awaits. Let's do this. Let's fucking go. Blessed cart kick, I can feel it. Look at this, it's gonna roll down, it's gonna hit an enemy, they're gonna drop double gold. Okay, maybe not. Maybe not.
This is a reminder that your paid chatter subscription will expire in 3 days.
Wait, am I the paid chatter in this scenario? I'm confused. Oh shit, I don't wanna...
DNK best DNK, blessed good luck God gamer.
Thank you, Thalina. You know what? We can actually get to that. Okay, that was a little bit messed up. I was a bit sloppy. I will admit it. I will admit it. We're fine though. I was gonna blow up all the frogs and grab that stuff, but then I ended up just slipping right into that. Plague Rats. Plague Rats is huge during TI. Random enemies. We chill for a moment. Chat doesn't like it when I make these moves. That means I should make those moves. And that is just chill. Don't give the opportunity for a rat to turn into a bridge boss right next to you. And instead... Perfect. Counterplayed. Counterplay. See, they did a little earthquake, but we're already out of there. Let them cope and seethe a little bit. Okay, hold on. Okay, okay, what was that? Oh, that's huge. That is actually a huge find. Kind of crazy how big of a find that was. Oh my goodness.
I've been dropping loads around this fucking house like a goddamn dump.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. I hear you. I hear you. You know what? We're actually gonna swap that and that. Swap these. Put this up. Oh my goodness. It's kind of nice. Okay, okay, a little scary. But I'm fine. Oh, Iron Stomach means that I can just, yeah. That may be a little bit of a problem. I don't know if I'll regret not being able to. Chaotic Poly, but whatever. Alright, bad move. I see that now. Rats for the win. A little bit of health. Damn, you guys chose random perk? That's a ballsy move. Ballsy move. Alright. So far, so good. Elbow, thank you for the 5 gifted out to the community. I appreciate you, Elbow. That was ugly. That was a little ugly.
Oh, I really wish you guys could see this guy right now. He is drenched in sweat.
Okay, this is some sloppy play right here. Too greedy? Maybe? A little greedy? Oh my god. What the hell, man? Blow up everything. Alright, we have to wait 30 seconds on this. It'll be fine. As long as we don't get cornered by like a Big Steve or something stupid. Be really unlucky. I mean, it's... Woo! A little scary. Sure. Some damage? I wouldn't mind some damage. Should have put up the spark bolts. That was a mistake by me. Oh. Sure. Oh, what the hell, man? Oh, shit, hold up. No. Keep away, keep away. I think the homunculus are doing okay right now. Nah, it's no good.
Okay, I have learned my lesson. Because the baby range takes so long, each event means even more. And I cannot trust this chat to vote wisely, so there could be minutes of nothing harmful happening.
I accidentally got hits. Dude! That worm just got obliterated. Probably could have done a heart mage trick there and gotten some pretty decent benefits. But oh well. Get out. Good. Damn, I keep forgetting to put the spark bolts up. Oh, no. Actually, kind of a nice world gen. Oh, no, not nice world gen. Never mind. Never mind. Damn, this is where it'd been beneficial to build it a good damage wand. Oh, fuck off. Oh, no. Please. The rats, man. The rats are doing some good work right there. The rats are putting in some work. If only that was not the always cast on that wand, we'd be set. So close to being great. Ooh, baby. What is this? Wait, what? Upgrade enemies? Wait, how long does that thing last? Chill. Did not mean to. No! No! Oh, that's a bad route. You gonna die? Might get in through. Oh, that hurt. I left a mark. Get in right through here. Terrain soft. Ooh, that's a scary mage. He gets upgraded to what? It's an upgrade from blinding mage. Damn, you guys are desperate, aren't you? Throwing out frogs this deep in. Oh no. Random anti-tele effect. So I don't have a boss killer. Roll into a boss killer. Kicking is not bad. That could work. Actually, wait, I could have done digging. Actually, no, I still don't think that's the greatest. What the hell did you guys just do?
I bet you he's gonna turn off dead.
Oh, wait. You guys gave him an orb? Wait, when did that happen? When did the orb happen? Oh, shit! Oh, shit! No! Come on! Come on! What? What?
It's fine.
We gave you false hope. We had it all along. Bullshit! Bullshit, man! Chat was giggling about your lack of boss killer. The thing was, maybe I should have held on to the one with the cluster bolt, even though it was a little bit risky, but at least we know we could just like kind of pop the boss real quick with one big hit.
King of throwing, not even us.
Oh, come on, man. That was mine. That was fucking mine.
So do you have any words for that first time chatter that did his first ever vote believing in you?
Dude, hold on. He's got to see that I use my skill, no tellies, just raw skill, to get all the way to the boss, only to get anti-skilled and just thrown directly into lava. Just fucking just throw it into lava. You guys got so lucky, man. It was timed out so exact because the boss was doing his attack moves right here. So I was levitating in the air because it's easier, like, because if you're just standing flat, sometimes like the way these little things bounce, I don't like it. So I stand up in the air, I'm prepping for the dodges and everything. Then around the time that I'm done being like prepped for this dodging, the ground beneath me disappeared.
In addition to the TT.
I was taking notes as you asked, and this one just says Bahi for some reason. Care to explain? Shut the hell up. Shut the hell up. Do you know what? Throw those notes away. You don't need them. You don't need them. The final has been postponed to a different date. We'll cover a different topic. Lock it in, old man. I feel so scammed. This was my run, only to be scammed. Oh, and now I see why all the shit talk's coming in. Because every one of you were about to lose your streaks. You were already pre-typing out your complaint that was like 7 paragraphs long. And then you lucked your ass into a vote that threw me fucking right into lava, man. Okay, maybe I was slightly above the lava. But I was screwed because I had no levitation. I was fucked. And so now you guys can backspace your fucking complaining, shit talk, and then repaste in your complaining, even though somehow me losing made it unbalanced for you guys. I don't know what the hell. I don't understand your logic. You had water? I did have water. And if you look here, you can see the water as it fucking creates a nice seal above my head. Dear God. Big Mike, congratulations on the toxic no sign. Congrats. 7 streaks going out to the unholy salmon. Far Alone, Steffi, Big Mike 7, who got the toxic no sign as well, Battery Life, Debauch, Gasto, Wicked Squall, and Mushroom Set.
Then, one last bet. We all bet yes, and you don't kill our streak.
No, I see what you're trying to do there. I see right through your tiny brain plans, Mr. Bonuso. It's a Richie. Or is it Sarachi? No, it's a Richie with the -7 streak. 7 wrong predictions in a row. Richie, you have the dunce cap. It's in your backpack. You can equip it whenever you like. You two there, Atomic Panda with the -7, and Petey with the -7. 3 -7s. Then there was Larander, who's got a back-to-back -7, a -14 streak, which is 2 dunce caps. Larander, it's in your backpack. Equip it whenever you like. 14 streaks going out to Nali, Vinoliner, next, Laup Klet, Section Tick, Renophilia, Godly Haze, and Mystery Wave. Pretty healthy amount of Devil 7 streaks that should be dead. If you guys feel, if you want your no integrity streaks, fine. Take your 14 streaks, take your 7 streaks. But just know that your streaks have no integrity. You should be ashamed of yourself. You did not deserve this win. You were done. Your streak was over. Look at this. Look at this. We were on the boss. You're telling me I find one boss killer. If I get one perk that is not dog shit, oh my God. You got so lucky, and some of you don't even know it. That's the worst part. You're unaware. Like Esquire over here with a 21 streak on the line had to be brain dead. Has to be clueless. He thought that his 21 streak was safe the whole time. He has no idea how close his hopes and dreams came to being crushed. Clueless. Clueless! Do a hypothetical to show as a fluke? Chat already knows. They know.
It's nice to bookend today with the same theme. Open stream with crash out. End stream with crash out.
It's not a crash out. I'm dropping knowledge. You guys are just rejecting that knowledge. You're being ungrateful. Artorius, congratulations on... Oh, wait. Never mind. This is... Wrong group. Artorius, listen, my dude. Listen, Artorius. Hear me, we had this. We had this. It was in the bag, Artorius. We got scammed. Honestly, you're partial to blame, Artorius. Hold up. You're partial to blame because chat is full of brain dead sheep. You could have very easily swayed the vote. All you had to do is manipulate them. Just say some dumb shit. They'll fall for it. You'd be like, oh, random telly would be a decent vote, but it would be really crazy? More frogs. If you voted more frogs, it's guaranteed death. They would have fell for it. They're dumb, but you didn't do it, Artorius. I thought you had my back and you let me down. Victim blaming? I'm just saying they could have helped. They could have helped. It's not victim blaming. I'm making good points. It's true. A lot of you out there are like, those frogs do sound pretty deadly. Those frogs do sound like they could kick some ass. Artorius with his 13 streak down the drain. Perdicivore? Nailed it. Perdi, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Perdi. I butchered your name. I killed your hopes and dreams. I suck. I know. Cosm with a 6 string down the drain. Rustlin with a 6 string down the drain. And Elmo 3141 with the -6 down the drain. Perdicio, I'm sorry. All right. Unrelated note, do you know where to get a metric ton of copium? Shut the hell up. Shut the hell up. You guys, why is it that you guys can't win with class? You ever notice that? You guys are sore winners. Me, whenever I win, I'm always shaking my opponent's hand. I'm like, good, well played. It was a good match. You did your best. You guys come out so smug, talking shit, thinking that you're all that. You can't lose with dignity. Oh, I've got my dignity. I've got 2 times the dignity needed. Double dignity. That's why they call me Big D. All the dignity. 2 times 0 is still 0. Shut the hell up. Your dignity is in the lava?
That's the only reason they call you Big D.
Just to clarify, it is the one and only reason. I hate ending the week on that loss. Damn it. Despite all the shit talking, very much fun was had this weekend, and I got days off on through Thursday and Friday as well, so caught extra mini streams. See you next week. Bayhue, appreciate you hanging with us. I hope that your extra days off has made for a badass weekend so far. And just know that just because my stream is ending doesn't mean the good weekend vibes have to end, right? Get some delicious food, load up your favorite game. Should be Noita, because everybody knows Noita is the greatest single player game ever made. If you're loading up anything else, you're just playing an inferior game unless it's multiplayer. Okay, it's hard to compete with multiplayer games because nothing, when you're playing against a real opponent, that shit is fun. That is addicting. So that's why I play a little bit of Dota 2. But yes, game player, I like your plan. He says time to eat some ribs. Same, fucking same. About to get some barbecue, even though it's like 9 a.m. It's 8:30 a.m., which I don't think it's gonna be the best time to get my hands on some barbecue. Actually, there are some places that like open at, I think it's around 8 or 9, and their barbecue sells out within like 2 hours. It's weird. It's like, why would you just make more barbecue? But that's just how they roll, man. They just make that delicious of food. They're like, we don't need to make more. We just make enough to do good business, and that's all you get. By the way, the no telly effect you had just ran out when we teleported you. I'm going to just assume you're lying. I'm not going back into the VOD. I am not watching this again. I've developed a parasocial relationship with Foxy Dunk. Thanks for the one with the cutout, by the way. No. All right, we gotta find a raid target before it gets too weird in here. Chat's scaring me. I need an adult. And you know who I see on right now? They are awesome. They are part of our community. They usually, let's see if I click the title. Let's see what it says. Steffi, they're playing Archipelago and Noita. A lot of the time, Steffi doesn't use a mic. Sometimes she does. Actually, I think last time we raided, she may have had a mic in, actually. But I don't think she has a mic right now. So it's a lot of vibes, Noita. If you don't know what Archipelago is, it's like a Noita, it can be like a Noita randomizer combined with other games. I don't know. You'll have to go. I'd be a terrible person to explain it to you because I've never played it. I've simply watched people in our community like Steffi play it. So I'm going to send a raid in that direction. Thank you for the awesome week. Raid is queued up for Steffi. But chat, thank you for the amazing week. Thank you for all the support. Sorry it was a short one. I know I missed one day this week, but we'll be back. I'll be gone for 2 days. So Sunday night, which is tonight, I won't be here. Maybe doing a little bit of programming, a little bit of Dota 2, maybe a little both. Tomorrow I won't be here either. But then Tuesday night, here in Texas, it'll be Tuesday night. Some of you guys over in Europe and Australia and all that, it'll be Wednesday morning or evening. We'll be playing then. Okay, so next stream in about 2 days, it'll be Silk Song, and then the rest of the week we'll be playing Noita. So enjoy the next couple of days. I'll see you guys on Tuesday night for some Silk Song. Thank you for the love. You guys are the best. I appreciate you. Be nice to Steffi. Steffi is awesome. She's been a part of our community since forever. And yeah, she's marked with the sweat. She's one of us. Let me know one time. If you ever have raid targets, let me know in the future, and I definitely will show them some love. Let me know next time there, Kisuli. Let me know next time. Stay sweaty, stay awesome. Deuces, chat.
Oh, shitty wizard.